move. Hold on. That right there. I know what time it is. Okay. Let me get back to it. Oh, I need this. All right, y'all. We getting somewhere, y'all. Hold on. Let him cook. Let him cook. It's 2:22 right now. Take this shit back off because I do not want to wear this. All right. So, first, hold on. I need this. I need possibly this. I need possibly this. So, that can go right there. That can go right there. That can go right there. Nope, that's too close. That can go right there. And that can go right there. Still too close. All right. You're looking like something, Doc. All right. Boom. Okay. Y'all about to say, what else gonna do? Okay. So boom. Y'all already know if I'm streaming on a motherfucking Saturday, it's pretty fucking important. Hold on, y'all. But today is not important. Not really. In a way, it's not really important. It's just me just wanting to be online. You know, it's been a while since I've been online. I'll put this to the side though. I need some weed in my system. Even though I hit the weed before I left. I'll hit it again. You about to pop this outside. Oh. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm just trying to confirm something. I forgot that shit was in the refrigerator. I don't know why. I don't really like cold alcohol like that. I really don't. And a lot lot of people disagree because they got a thing called on the rocks. You know, that's just on ice. You know, I'm sorry, that shit don't make it smoother. That don't do nothing. That don't do nothing. And I'm not saying I want to drink it hot, like boiling hot, but like room temperature, like the way it comes. You know, motherfuckers really putting that shit in the fucking freezer. Really freezing that shit. Well, not freezing it, but like getting it as cold as possible. And killing that shit. I'm like, nigga. Anyways, so boom. We on here because I had got an idea. Well, had an idea recently. So my idea for today is that we can either watch The Symbol and like something else on Disney Plus, or we can go straight into the TED show. And you know what? I'm gonna wait to watch that TED show. I'm gonna wait till the next wrestling pay-per-view, or right before it, because I don't think I'm gonna watch Clash of the Castle unless they got some good ass matches. Well, I don't think I'm gonna watch Clash of the Castle. So I might end up watching TED before my subscription for Peacock go over. So yeah, we might just be watching The Symbol. We're gonna be watching The Symbol. Well, no, not just The Symbol. Like, what the fuck? Let's go. Hold on. Talking all this shit, and I ain't got no motherfucking remote. Where's the remote? There we go. I'm about to say, Nick. Drake. How far, y'all? I be contemplating shit and I really be in deep thought. Yeah. Almost shot, and then we about to see what we got on YouTube. If we don't got nothing on YouTube, we gonna... Jesus Christ. I know they got some on YouTube. That's the only reason I'm checking YouTube first to see how long it is. Why I'm doing this? What was the subscription date? Why the hell Khloe Kardashian is on Hot Wheels? Ooh. Screen Crush just released Star Wars High Republic recap. 400 years and 17 minutes. Yeah. We definitely watching that Monday or Tuesday. Let me see. Hold on. Today's the 1st. 2nd. So yeah, Tuesday. Why are they dropping on a Tuesday? No, it's supposed to be on Wednesday. Anyways, we watching that shit Monday or possibly Tuesday. Oh no, they reacting to fucking Twilight. Lord have mercy. I'm just seeing what they got. Like I said, I know they got some that I wanted to watch. I can either go to it or just going through the subscriptions because I hadn't been through it yesterday. Somebody. Oh dear. That was, like I said, that was the best ending to a season. Like, if they didn't have the mid-credit scene, that would have been a perfect ending to the season. Niggas just saying, oh dear. Like, he knows what's about to come. This shit is funny. Still going, y'all. Still going, y'all. Ooh, I know what you want to do. I know exactly what you want to do. Let me hit the weed. Just because I figure out what the fuck we're going to do. It's basically the video that I was going to watch with y'all, but it would fit better with what I'm going to do, you know? So I'm going to eat some snow crab legs, you know? So I want to watch a movie instead of a documentary, you know? You know? So, this is something. It shouldn't be this far. Hold on. Should be coming up. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're finna watch this little 2-minute video right quick. Sorry, I just had a thought. I just had a thought. And I really just answered myself, so pay no mind to that. See, yeah, that's why I need to invest into one of them wax things, the wax warmers. I'm gonna invest in one of those. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm investing in one of those. Because I was just thinking about some fucking lemon butter. You know, I don't got no garlic, so I can't make no lemon garlic butter. So I'm gonna make some lemon butter. And bro, that shit sounds so fucking good right now. I just hate the way that it be cooling down so quick. That's really good. And I'm about to make it, y'all. Fuck that. So that means I gotta watch another video before I go to the video I actually want to watch. So that means I'm about to go to the honest shredders for the PS4 while I hit the weed and I set up my shit.
You grew up with X-Men, the animated series. Now, shockingly, Disney let the series mature with its audience, because all the mutants want to do this time is go crazy and die. Cue the theme song. Hey, get that skip intro button out of there. Crank it. Oh, right. Baby sleeping. X-Men 97. Almost 30 years ago, the classic series ended on a cliffhanger, and it's been a rocky road for the X-Men ever since. Where the hell did you go? A special place. Now, your favorite mutants are back in the most adult X project since Bryan Singer's Hot Tub casting sessions.
Two always better than one. And better than three.
Packed with more catty drama than
Where's
last
Remy?
year's
Solve it
Bravo
there.
Con.
I can't touch you, Remy! Communicating via psychic report was our thing, Scott.
Just stop it. Let me explain, please.
Enough Avenger cameos to keep Emperor Feige on board, and a Reddit's worth of relationship advice posts like, can I shapeshift into a married woman to comfort the dying man who loves her?
I love you, Logan. Stay.
Almost 30 years ago, the classic series ended on a cliffhanger, and it's been a rocky road for the X-Men ever since.
Where the hell did you go?
Now, your favorite mutants are back in the most adult X project since Bryan Singer's hot tub casting sessions.
Two always better than one. And Bob had to win.
Packed with more catty drama than last year's BravoCon.
I can't touch you, Remy.
I love you.
Communicating via psychic war was our thing, Scott.
Just stop and let me explain, please.
Enough adventure cameos to keep Emperor Feige on board. And a Reddit's worth of relationship advice posts like, can I shapeshift into a married woman to comfort the dying man who loves her?
I love you, Logan. Stay with me.
Is it still cheating if you psychically bond with your lover's clone, who is also the mother of your child?
Don't tell me. You can explain.
And do you lose your moral authority if you think you're dead to become a bird lady's sex pet?
Your man speaks as if having a pet, not an entirely displeasing thought.
Hush now, you may walk later.
Now that Professor X has found someone to match his freak, he's left the X-Men to his ex-friend Magneto.
You get me. I have you, Max. I'll always have you.
A decision that ends up destroying the team, the school, his ride, the nation of Genosha, and nearly the world.
Thousands of feared dead. All first world infrastructures are in ruin. Magneto, sir? Really?
But that won't stop Dr. Obvious from making a last-second return to condescendingly lecture us anyway.
Too many have died, Magnus, but we both have the power to end it. Merits, raise your hand.
Magneto was right, Chuckles, and maybe Scarlet Witch had the right idea too. All your favorite mutants have returned with up to one new personality trait. There's a pair of gray jeans, a pair of jean grays. One is a new mom.
A pair of
The other
gray
is being her clone through X-menopause with painful thought flashes.
Excuse us, Madeline.
Then there's Cyclops, the ultimate 90s protagonist. A handsome white guy with a steady job who still finds reasons to be miserable.
Now, if he were here, the team wouldn't be shooting fruits while the friends of humanity were running around with signal blasters.
He needs his father.
I'm doing a bang-up job.
You're basically Peter from Office Space, dude. Stop whining.
Two chicks at the same time, man.
Rogue, the folksy southerner who, get this, goes rogue. Beast, the exact midpoint between a Furby and a Frasier. Wolverine, who's not the main character this time? What? Is that legal? Gambit, who's battling Magneto for Rogue's affections, and battling Forge to be king of the hippo thirst traps.
No powers.
What about getting rid of Logan?
Morph, who no one likes.
Stop being a creep, Morph. Yeah, then that was Morph.
But they'll change into someone you do.
All in favor?
Storm, a goddess. In case you were wondering.
You are a goddess. Roar's there. Goddess routine. You are the closest thing to a goddess as we will ever see.
Jubilee, a team trying a little too hard to sound like one.
Dude, I get it. One day life's fresh, and the next day you're waking up to a blue monkey singing Mozart as he tinkers with doohickeys.
Well said, fellow youth. And newcomer Roberto da Costa, a rich kid struggling to hide his mutant heritage and comic book heritage. Are you ready to get political? Because the X-Men have been woke since long before the outrage-ricker economy.
You can be cured! We're mutants. There's something wrong with us that needs to be cured.
Only this time, they're done both citing prejudice.
Magneto was right.
Proudly tying the cause of mutant rights to those of the non-binary, people with disabilities, or even short Canadians. The only thing that's irredeemable in this universe is humanity.
A good mutant. Now that is rich. I was born this way.
Seriously? It's easy to say Magneto was right when every human literally turns into a monster. Watch these super friends face off against the franchise's most iconic villains, like Mr. Sinister, who cloned Jean Grey, tricked Cyclops into knocking her up, infected the baby with COVID-TB. Gave the Rouge amnesia, then finds the grown-up baby sent back in time to stop him. It's a lot.
If I had it my way, I'd be on Isla Mirada with you and Jean instead of space. But she's not my mother.
Then there's the adversary, who's like every big tech company, if it were also an owl.
I, this misery like that, shall not waste my meal.
And finally, the human sentinel hybrid Bastion, a poor little robo-boy who turned his hometown into zombies like a superpowered fentanyl dealer, then thoroughly beats down the whole team like they
That
owe
bitch said
money.
superpower fentanyl dealer? What?
And only goes down when Jean Grey summons the Phoenix Force out of nowhere at the last second. They're called Omega-level mutants because only they can end a fight. So pour a bowl of cereal that's definitely not on your doctor's recommended diet in this legacy sequel that updates its characters, powers, and world for a more discerning audience.
What'd you expect? Black leather?
And will leave you wondering, if Disney can greenlight something this thoughtful, dramatic, and cool looking, why does What If feel like it was made by an AI trained on video game cutscenes?
Stupid. Oh my god.
Starring 50 Shades of Grey. Somehow, the Phoenix Force returned. New clone, who dis? Nathan, for you. You got the touch. You got the power.
Deadass.
Hot Buzz. I dropped my monster condom that I use for my Magnus dog. Does profess too much. My Sherry, no more. Lone Wolf and Bob. Imposter syndrome. Stayed out of the sunspot. My neighbor Aurora. Baby, I'm a firework. Viva La Band. Storm Chaser.
Dr. Ebert.
Guy Robot. And Fly Chaming.
Another catch the X-Men day.
Please remember that should the new Blackbird suffer a malfunction, you will give me some. Most certainly be an issue.
Everyone can fly with me. You too?
I know.
To me, my childhood.
To me, my childhood.
My name is En Sabanur.
Somehow, Apocalypse returned. The
Stupid.
name's Epic Voice Guy. Remember it. I'm the best at what I do, and what I do is timeless. Can't we all just get beyond Thunderdome? Viewer beware, you're in for a scare. Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Take pride in you saying your
We are no Jedi.
R.I.P. Ray Stevenson, man. That Beta Skull role was so fucking perfect.
Set to debut in 2024 and beyond. Star Wars: The Acolyte. The Acolyte is set 100 years before the events of The Phantom Menace during the final days of the High Republic era. The series, described as a mystery thriller, explores the fall of the Jedi Order from the perspective of the Sith. The narrative follows a former Padawan who reunites with her Jedi master to investigate a series of crimes, but they soon discover the dark forces at play. With martial arts-inspired action scenes and a focus on the darker, more mystical elements of Star Wars, The Acolyte promises to reveal new facets of the Sith and the High Republic. Andor Season 2. Andor Season 2 will continue the story of Cassian Andor, a pivotal character in the Rebel Alliance, leading up to the events of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. The second season will be structured with every 3 episodes representing a year in Cassian's life, detailing his transformation from a reluctant participant to a key figure in the rebellion. Viewers can expect intense political intrigue, espionage, and character-driven storytelling as Cassian navigates the dangerous world of the Galactic Empire. Ahsoka Season 2. Following the events of Ahsoka Season 1, which saw Ahsoka Tano and Sabine Wren stranded on the distant planet Peridea. With Grand Admiral Thrawn's return to the main Star Wars galaxy, the stakes are higher than ever. The series will explore the mysteries of Peridea, the dynamics between Ahsoka and Sabine, and the broader implications of Thrawn's resurgence. Lucasfilm has confirmed that a second season is in development, although specific plot details remain under wraps. The Mandalorian Season 4. The future of The Mandalorian is currently uncertain, with mixed rumors about its continuation. Some reports suggest that the story of Din Djarin and Grogu will continue in the upcoming Star Wars movie, while others claim that Season 4 is still in development. Regardless, fans are eager to see how the story progresses, especially after the events of Season 3, which saw significant developments for both characters. Clarification from Lucasfilm is anticipated to provide fans with a clearer picture of what to expect from the next chapter in Din Djarin's journey.
Destiny is not decided for you by an anonymous force.
Each show promises to bring its unique flavor to the Star Wars mythos, expanding the universe in exciting and unexpected ways. Thank you for joining us on Screen Rant, and as always, happy watching.
With the Disney Bundle, there's something for everyone.
It would be really fun to explore genres like
Adventure,
Who saves the world?
documentary,
Plus it's winter time.
and sports.
The victory train just keeps on rolling.
But so much to discover.
Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus.
It's a luxury experience.
There's something for the whole family.
Oh, just Alice.
With the Disney Bundle.
I'm gonna say, what the fuck?
You're gonna be the handsomest wedding guest.
I look amazing. I feel like I can do anything. Move over her, Dad. Job interview. Men's warehouse.
Post school president, I might need to work a little on my appearance. More serious haircut.
My fault, y'all. I hate how fucking social media really be pulling me in. RANTCH. What that spell? Jesus. Ranch. Nigga, what? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Fuck. This bitch said Xenon, and Stuck in the Suburbs is my favorite Disney movies. What? That's I ain't gonna stunt. The first Xenon was interesting because it was different. We were just getting first. Second one was okay. That third one, the second one really, but it's okay. But this motherfucker says Xenon is Stuck in the Suburbs. Stuck in the Suburbs. I kind of don't even remember that movie, to be honest. I really don't remember that movie. Where is that? Stuck in the Suburbs, right there. Hold on. Who was in that movie? What? It was Ali and AJ, huh? Or something like that. Let me see. See, this is why I hate getting into fucking social media because it really be pulling me in. Released in 2004. I remember that. Oh damn! I don't remember this. I had fucking Brenda Songs and Danielle Panabaker. Everybody else I know. Yeah, Brenda Songs and Danielle Panabaker. I watched the movie because I was a Disney kid, but like I didn't. Whatever. Anyways, go. I wanna put something else on right quick, just right quick. Hold on. So I wanna prepare myself. I wanna set my shit up. Going into Raw, we're gonna get going into Raw. No, I was thinking for a second. Nope. It says going into NXT.
What if money moved at the speed of pizza? It only takes a few minutes to send a pizza across town. But to send money, you might have to wait a week. If money is just bits of data, it should move
I just want to set up
bits of
right
data.
here. Hold on,
That's
guys.
how crypto works. And
This series is not over. The Minnesota Timberwolves come to Dallas and looking 3-0 square in the eyes. They win game 105 to 100. Chuck realizing he has to get another suit for game 5. Yes, I do. You got some
All right, boom.
JC Penny was on and Shaq Big Tom. I'm sure picture of big ass.
And we've got Inside the NBA presented by Kia. Ray Johnson.
Got that right there. Got the butter on the thing. It was probably pouring over.
This was the 4 game. We'll player, Dre. Come on, Dre.
They saw my son though.
You can do it in Minnesota.
No, he can't. In London.
It's still going.
Is your final score, and the Timberwolves dodge elimination. And what we thought we had not seen through 3 games, we saw in game 4. We saw Karl Anthony Towns, we saw Anthony Edwards, Nancy Lavelle in this one, setting up the game 5, and that will be back in Minnesota on Thursday night. And so you've been waiting for him to come through, and boy, they did tonight.
Yeah, Cat started off slow, but he responded nicely. Listen, as a big man, you can't be mad at 9 for 13, 4 or 5 from the 3. He had a couple of silly
One more thing.
timely shots and threes I didn't want him to take, but like Chuck always says, they look good when they go in. But he played well. You know, when both of those guys play well together, that's the previous games, only Ant-Man was playing well. But, tonight, Ant-Man Cat played well. Now we got to go back to cold-ass Minnesota.
It's not exactly as cold as Chuck made it out to be.
It's still cold.
A 20-point second half for Karl Anthony Towns. He finished with 25. Anthony Edwards goes 29, 10, and 9.
Well, I think the key was, and I think Coach Van Gundy said it, his first 7 shots were in the paint. When you can't make a shot, Reggie talks about it all the time. Kenny was the shoot. Like sometimes you just need a couple layups to get yourself going. His first 7 shots before he shot a 3. Because when you make a couple shots, it really opens up the rim for you. I don't know if it's too little, too late. I thought he should have been doing it in game 1. He did not get swept. It was always humiliating. Give Cat a lot of credit. And like I say, man, just go to the basket sometime. It'll open too, so you're not making them. But like I said, Coach Van Gundy said that he went to the basket his first.
I can't believe this thing last season doing
They
this.
just opened up 3-point shooting. They didn't get
I
swept.
can't believe that shit.
But I love Anthony after the game.
Something must be going on.
Well, now they says, well, he says, well, you know, we ain't did nothing yet.
Right.
And I
Something must have went on or something went wrong. Just one of the two. Because they're not finna randomly just cancel their best fucking show on TNT. I said, the best show on TNT.
He did a good job of sticking with the series is not going this way. He had an awful first half, foul trouble, no rhythm, and he stuck with it in the second half. But I got to give credit to Kyle Anderson. And you'll look at this stat sheet, and it won't show up in the stat sheet, but he was huge. Ant-Man got in foul trouble, which I thought the whole game, I said in all series, Kyle Anderson should be on Luka Doncic. He took on that challenge. Luka didn't have one of his best nights, and it allowed Ant-Man to stay aggressive on the offensive end because he didn't lose his legs on the defense.
Yeah, Doncic 6 for 16. Kyrie Irving 3 for 11 on the night, and so now we're going to the delusions of grandeur. Okay, you're now 3 now going home. Who knows what happens?
But see, that's why you can have a delusion, because
All right.
you're always in the back of your mind. You go, well, if we go win this, we going home. Like if you're in game 4 and you're in a sweep, you're losing, and you're not going home, you're going on the road. That's a tough mindset. So the delusion is real. Minnesota found a rhythm, and they.
All right, y'all. It's finally finna go in. Boom, 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 boom. It's just. Yeah, that is. It's. Pigeon.
Hey, pigeons, so welcome to Preview. We're friends. Now let friends. Welcome to movies. Hello. I'm Adam. And I'm Jay. And today we're going to react or review Infinity Raid. The movie I've been looking forward to. Very much I was reacting to. It came out a couple months ago, and the way things are now, it's like, oh yeah, not in the theaters for 3 weeks, and then on demand, like maybe a little bit less than a month later, and then like a full another 6 weeks. Netflix. Love the system. It's just enough to be like, you know what? That everyone says this movie is terrible. Yeah. Don't go to the theater and watch it. Yeah. Don't Morbius them again. Yeah. We're probably gonna watch Baton, everybody. Yeah, baby. This is one of those things. What is this like? This can't be as bad as everyone says it is.
You know, it's so funny that you're so excited about watching this because, like, I just feel like rejoicing in bad movies is such a rare thing for you, and the fact that you're so excited to, I'm excited that you're excited more than I am excited to watch this movie.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm almost here to watch you react to it.
Sure.
And a lot of this is gonna be just be like, look at it. Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe not.
I'm just gonna look at me. Who's to say? That just says runs the deep.
It does run the
Dude, I don't know. We're in a weird mood.
We are in a weird mood. It's probably the best movie to be in. Watch this movie. Yeah. Because apparently this is apparently worse than Morbius. And Morbius was really bad. Yeah. Like, you know, that's the thing. Like, in Morbius, like, they were clearly trying.
Yeah.
But it was just a bad movie.
I feel like this movie. I feel like this movie got to a point in its production where it turned into, okay, let's make this as bad as we can because that's going to be the headline. Like, people are going to go see it because it's bad, kind of thing.
Well, there was some scuttlebutt that Dakota Johnson and Honey McBlonde Sweeney, I don't know her actual name. This is the first one I've Sydney Sweeney. This is the first movie I've actually seen her in. Both thought that this was an MCU movie.
Oh no.
Because this.
Oh no.
Because it's not. It's not.
Just watching all the TikToks of Dakota Johnson on this press tour.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah. This is not. Guys, I am here because they made me. Guys. Y'all are gonna remember this one. Maybe for the reason she thinks. Oh boy. Well,
let's go, Jay.
Let's watch Fake Spider-Man. Hey, if you like this full unedited reaction, I want to watch our. No. Hey, if you like this full edited reaction, I want to watch our full unedited reaction from beginning to end. Soup to nuts, all those wants it on YouTube, or so we edit out. Check out our link to our Patreon. Our Patreon got this like week in advance. They got the watch all version like way sooner. So if you're interested, we're going to be doing a lot more of these movies going forward, and so if you're interested in getting in on these movies faster, I think the next one on the docket is Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, Doom 2. Also, remember, just a heads up, any movie that's we have a good chance of getting on YouTube. It's not a Warner Bros. Movie. Warner Brothers movies like Doom 2 will be Patreon only because we're not messing around with that studio ever again.
We have a full-time content schedule, and I have a newborn baby, so us getting to the theater is pretty difficult. But actually, we're passing on the savings to you because we can wait for this stuff to come out on streaming and then get a first-time watch.
Yeah, that's fun.
So we're turning a frustrating situation into a win. Look at us go. Lemons, lemonade, let's party. Let's go.
In association with Marvel.
So that's misleading. That's rude.
That's rude.
That is the deal. They got Spider-Man. We got mostly everybody else.
Yeah.
But this is definitely the mostly everybody else movie.
This is technically in compliance with their Spider-Man contract. I don't want to say it's in good faith. Spider-Man. Leave a message and I'll call you back.
Madam, is that a what?
I agreed to provide security to you because I thought you were close to finding.
Is this mouth actually moving?
Oh my god.
A spider can give superhuman strength and power line. Plus,
That's crazy, you know that shit.
Mythical spider people who run across the treetops and punish evil men with their black poisoning touch. I like to base my research in science, not legends.
This is not how people talk. Already.
okay.
She's trying her best to keep me from working. Oh, but I'm not gonna let her do that.
Damn you, baby.
Perhaps you should rest.
I don't have time.
What scientific community funded sending a pregnant woman into the middle of the Amazon?
Someone that knew that the healing powers of this
Why would you draw the spider on in the
yeah.
I've got it. I've got a spider. Incredible, isn't it? Something so small, so much power.
Wham! Oh!
Been searching for that spider for years.
We could help so many people.
Not interested in helping people. No one helped me when my family was starving. Give it to me.
Give it to me.
Wham!
I would just feel like you just give it to him and then go out and get another one out of the dimension when you're hurt.
You know what? That's a good idea.
I'm sorry.
What?
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, man.
He loved it.
Look, I know we don't have the best health care, but
She will come back. She needs answers. And when she does, I will be here for her.
that's gonna be someone's fun fact at like a new employer, like a new job mixer.
Okay.
I was, as a baby, I was in the Madam Web movie.
That's gonna lost the full started. Oh, hey, sounds good. Oh, you wanna come take over? I can drive.
I'm not going room temp on my one.
The ADR is staggering on this. It's not good.
The last time I was in a vehicle driven like this, I was being shot at. I never thought I'd be this happy to be back in Queens.
Wait, you've never been shot at in Queens?
Yeah, let's not. No time for dialogue.
The little boy wanted to say thank you.
You know what? Mr. Ben Parker here did all the work, so...
I'm sorry. Take it.
That's Uncle Ben?
That is Uncle Ben.
I'm her stepdaughter.
I think she might prefer...
What is she wearing? I'm so sorry.
I'm not attracted right now.
I'm not attracted.
Glasses.
See, that is like the inherent problem with someone like Sydney Sweeney, when she's supposed to be like nondescript. It's hard to hide the fact that she has the beauty of someone that like countries went to war over. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's Helen of Troy. I mean, like, there's no.
It's she's all mad at the moment.
Sure, but it comes across like she's almost like wearing drag or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like a caricature.
That's all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's this one say? Serious.
It's Marissa Tomei. I'm dating Marissa.
Ah, spiders!
Apparently I have a future.
Cassie, it means that their printer is broken. We can't eat here anymore.
I love fortune cookies as a concept. They're so fun.
Right?
Yeah.
He's not home right now, actually. I swear, what happened?
Walk of life. I don't miss that.
Back on my bullshit. I'm putting whatever I get
I
full
don't, because cats don't
into the
do
bowl. I put it in the bowl.
It's not actually good for them. Screw you, stepsister. You're not even in the picture. Is it my mysterious past?
It's Thursday night. You know what that means? Angstily staring at pictures. I think I'm in a book.
Thought the spiders were worth it, Mom.
Because you clearly love the spiders more than you love me, Mom.
Hi, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Robert. Hi, Robert. 1, 2, 3.
Credits.
Credits.
All around me are the spider things.
Stupid ass.
What else faces?
You guys are ice cold.
Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane a-blowing? Shaking gets its head cut. Not a speck of latitude. So the danger must be growing.
Did I die?
Yeah, you were down 3 minutes before I fished you out.
Wait a minute.
Ben Parker, you're my hero.
79/55. You need a real workout at a real hospital with a real doctor.
I don't need a doctor.
O2's going up to 89. 79/55. You need a real workout at a real hospital with a real doctor. Wait, I need to get your oxygen on.
Again?
What are you talking about?
My O2 is 89.
No, it's not. Oh, you're right.
Oh man. 100 powers. It's awesome. Wow, my favorite opera. Las Americanas. what's happening.
I don't know. Did he just pick this woman up at an opera?
You like my spooky Christmas tree?
Oh my god.
So that's
Yes, lavender right.
the Spider-Man spider.
Where's my spider? They took my spider.
Oh, snap.
Pick this woman up at an opera?
You like my spooky Christmas tree?
Oh my god.
So that's
Yes, lavender right.
the Spider-Man spider.
Where's my spider? They took my spider.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Do you recognize any of those costumes?
Yeah, it's different. It's different versions of Spider-Girls or Spider-Womans, or I think one of them is a Parker.
Yeah, I thought the one with the Sydney Sweeney's was like a Peter's sister.
We'll see.
The Ultimate Universe?
They'll explain it or they won't. Yeah, I don't know. The extended Spider-Verse is not really totally my MO.
Something's going to murder you. You try to stop it.
Okay. I should probably go now,
How did
right?
you meet my dad? Oh, well, he just sat down in the seat next to me at the opera and did the old fake out with the program, and now we're, we've been married 20 years.
Can you imagine how frustrating it's been trying to identify someone I've only seen in a vision?
Do you want to know how I got this spider?
Milady, you should be...
Is this guy's actual voice?
What are you doing? How are you poisoning me?
What's her password?
Q900 B
F T H I Q Q Q.
Believe me, it's a good thing you had no idea today was the day you were going to die.
That was so stupid. It was so obvious I'm not saying that in that moment. You're very lucky that you didn't know that this was the day you were going to die. Okay. What is that? Is that supposed to be clever?
You don't think that maybe in light of recent events I could use a beer?
No, you can use the Pepsi. Delicious.
You're right. They're roping you in.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm gonna enjoy this Pepsi. I'm gonna open this can eventually.
Hi, Cassie Webb. Thanks for having me.
I'm sorry, her last name is Webb.
Nice to meet you.
Two B's.
Ben is so excited about me.
Oh.
I don't know what we do without him, especially with Richard away. Again.
Is she at Peter Parker's new show?
Yeah, she is.
We're saving that for the games. Games.
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna hold this can of Pepsi out. and then place it on the table so everyone can see that it's Pepsi.
Whose is this? Oh, it's mine.
You must have at least one fond memory of your mother.
Well, my mother actually died in childbirth.
Yeah. My mom loves spiders more than me.
Yeah, man.
Obviously, it was bad. She died.
You know you could have just not put something in, right? You know you could have just chilled back there with your Pepsi and not played this game.
Guess the name of Mary's baby.
showed up at the end.
Oh, okay.
Cassie, what's your guess?
Oh, wow.
Man, why do they keep bringing it back to her if she's such a downer? Well, there'll be a version of him named Ben.
Cassie, what's your guess?
We just did this.
I think someone's
There are so many other people in that party you could throw it to. Look, there's some.
Sorry, they're pulling everyone in, fire down the docks.
Oh, the docks. Oh, shoot. Oh, man, Cassie's gotta go.
Shucks. I mean, she had one too many Pepsis and she's just like, prove me crazy.
Old Cassie holding a Pepsi web. You can always count on her to be holding a PepsiCo product.
Before we move, the place is packed with explosives. Be careful.
Sir, you're okay. You're okay. He's stable, ready to transport.
Will you let me drive?
What are you talking about?
I don't know, I just...
You had a bad experience on the job. Don't let it mess with your head.
What?
That's the most staged nonsense. Why would that trip? That had truly had the elegance of a train or a truck wreck.
As in, like, everyone was going about 50 miles an hour when they hit?
He's not dead.
Come on. O'Neill. Come on. Come on. Ben, help me.
It's okay. Okay? Just have to make it. Okay?
Oh my god. But I could have just rolled a higher persuasion check. Ah! No! Ah! What am I supposed to do with my hands? Ah! Shouldn't everyone be wearing gloves? Look at that big smoke. That's terrible big smoke. That's terrible big smoke. Oh my god.
You guys have been smoked before, right?
The scale of the NSA surveillance is unprecedented. They can access everything. There's nowhere to hide.
As long as it has the ability to find those women now, before they get their powers.
This is what they look like in your visions, as well as you can recollect.
Their faces have been taunting me for years.
It's almost like you made a photograph of them. On set.
I didn't know we'd be targeting teenagers.
They're teenagers now, but in the future, they have powers, and they will try to destroy me. I came from nothing, less than nothing. I will not give up everything I've built.
Wait. Oh my god, wait, what? Oh.
He's ADR to a teeth, to the teeth.
Your eyesight. Good.
They have powers, and they will try to destroy me. I came from nothing, less than nothing. I will not give up everything I've built.
Wait. Oh my god, wait, what? Oh.
He's ADR to a teeth, to the teeth.
Your eyesight. Good. And all your other vitals check out. I don't always see anything outside.
Sometimes when you experience trauma, it can have a lasting effect.
This isn't trauma. I knew he was gonna die.
Why are you talking to an ophthalmologist about this when you're talking to a psychologist about this?
Because they're setting up that she's eventually going to get wanted.
Hey, Cass, it's me again. Ben. You're there, just pick up.
Pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up.
So it's to see everyone's gone. It's not the last place.
Kips? Ugh. It's not about the place, it's more about how far away it is.
How far away is Poughkeepsie from here?
It's far enough that it's a pain in the butt.
Oh, okay. So does that go into another borough? Or further?
Do you mean serious right now? Yeah, it's like upstate.
Oh.
It's like an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, that's too far.
Man, that bird real serious.
Yeah, wind. Oh my god. The future's malleable. It depends on our choices.
Yeah, but also that bird was flying fast enough to crack that window. That bird would have crashed into her solar plexus and probably really
Gone right through her.
Yeah, right through.
I bet you the voice trailer.
Yeah, man. Get pigeon. And that's the pigeon that goes on to start the war. Congratulations, Madam Webb.
That's how the Goodfellas started. Good feathers.
No, I know what you mean. Man, I can't remember the last time I've been to
Grand Central?
Grand Central.
Been a while.
I wanted to get some kids.
Oh, Poughkeepsie. Why are you going to Poughkeepsie?
On your personal son coming on to the platform, Julia Cornwall is on the concourse. Also alone.
What are the odds of them all being in the same place at the same time?
It's not a coincidence.
There must be something that connects them.
Or something that will. Poughkeepsie.
This movie's pretty slow, huh?
Yeah. How long is
Look, shit, a whole new level of crazy these days.
Is that guy playing a PSP?
Well, because it's so free.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, we're not gonna see them in their outfits again the entire movie, are we?
Probably not.
Oh. How much more in this movie do we have?
What's your question, Jay? 70 minutes, probably?
Nothing's happened yet.
No, nothing's happened yet.
Nothing's happened yet.
Also, if it's 03, which means Peter won't get his powers until 2020.
Is this real? Are you okay, dear?
Oh man.
Oh God, I think I'm going.
I know. It's your first time to Poughkeepsie, honey? Just sweet chill.
Get up. Get off. Get off. Get up. Get up. Hey, give me that back. Give me that freaking skateboard back.
The trip to Poughkeepsie, you're very rude. I think.
I mean, I think you would actually. It's a delight. It's the jewel of upstate.
What exactly is this emergency? This woman's trying to abduct us. What? No, that's not.
You also can just walk away. You guys aren't invested in your skateboard.
That.
What?
What?
That man is trying to kill you. Then how? I don't know.
Why are we not running?
We don't have tickets for the train. That's your biggest concern.
Why would you get on another train?
No!
Come on.
Man, the tension, can you feel it? The stakes are so high, man.
Wait a second. That's not how the MTA works. No, they went. No.
At what point did they talk to the, like, how did those police know that that's... He was food, man. Yeah. Asleep. The poison touch is kind of fun, though.
Poison touch is, yeah, it's different. Also, a little New York City fact, they didn't have the pain bus lanes in 03. On the streets.
They didn't?
No.
Is that really?
Oh, yeah.
How is that even possible? It's not. There's not enough frictional force in the bear's going to flip over them, grabbing and keep them stuck to the wall. That's what
It was like the type of man who had the powers of a spider.
It's enough. Your voices are like drilling in the center of my soul, and I need to think.
The voices are driven in the center of my skull.
What are your names?
I'm Julia Cornwall. Hey, my dad lives here and my mom lives back in LA.
I didn't ask you for the other details.
Thank you for protecting
No,
us.
That's not what's happening here.
I'm kidnapping you. This is you can't
Are you kidnapping me? No.
No.
Can I leave?
No.
No.
She.
There wasn't.
What?
There's not enough. There wasn't enough eyewitness accounts for them to get this on the news that quickly. It's literally been like 3.5 minutes. It's literally been like 3.5 minutes, Sanashi.
I know.
Those cops are still actively being murdered by
They
them.
are, yeah.
Like, what?
You can't do that. That's right. It's okay. That's what I do. What is your problem? What do you mean? I'm just trying to help. Okay.
Why are these girls getting along so well? They don't even know each other.
Sorry, no, you can't actually leave because you guys are the only ones that know what actually happened.
So now this is a kidnapping. Congratulations. You convinced me to kidnap you. Yep, this is all your fault. This is your fault now. All right. Yeah, I was trying to save you, and now I'm kidnapping you.
Maybe I'll start with.
Look up to Poughkeepsie, everyone. Rural Poughkeepsie.
We have bags. I don't even know. We don't know how long.
Why is she still holding that skateboard?
Because she's skateboarding, Roger.
Who are you? What is going on?
What is going on? I also agree. What is going on?
Quick little time check.
Controller. You know the other guy.
No, that's it.
Walk on the ceiling, right?
No, I can't.
Yeah, also, like, this is also what Psycho says.
Using his hands.
Why are you like this?
I'm just saying.
Before.
I don't want to go.
He's a good
Spider Force with budget feet.
person.
Spider, she say.
I'm gonna be back in a few hours.
A few hours?
I know.
Freeze neighbors alone in the woods. Definitely not the opening of a horror film.
You are way safer out here.
Yeah, this is Act 2 of a horror film.
Yeah.
Or a film that is a horror.
Yeah.
Because this is horrible.
Talk was
3
finished.
hours.
Close goodbye.
Okay?
Sorry.
Just stay here. Don't do anything dumb. Seriously.
What are they supposed to do there for
Don't
3
do
hours?
dumb things.
What? Seriously, don't do dumb things.
Jake, how many times do I have to tell you?
I'm gonna keep doing dumb things. You can say dumb things.
So, they already have her information. Yes. And
I just can't confirm. She's driving out of New York City and then back in the day. This gonna take way
in a
longer.
stolen taxi with a medallion on it.
Yeah, and a GPS tracker.
Maybe at least move them.
I would feel like taking the license plates off would actually be more suspicious because you also have a taxi number on it.
There's a medallion on the hood. Hey, buddy.
Can you imagine if just someone said like, oh, it's he had like kind of, I guess, spider powers. Cool. I'm gonna drive all the way back to New York to look at my mom's journal about this. No.
Las arañas.
Las arañas.
They possess powers derived from spider venom and are incredibly fast, incredibly strong, and
Quippy. Huh. Something put in.
Yeah.
how would you know you could climb a wall if you've never tried?
What? What?
She thinks she
What?
can-
What? What? What?
that as an actor. She's like, this is stupid. You could see it in her eyes, like, this is stupid.
Survivors are said to possess a sixth sense, as if they had the ability to glimpse the future.
Like a spider sense.
Yeah.
Maybe you can perhaps avoid that phrase. Maybe we're not allowed to say it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we're not allowed to say it. It's like a spider man. Maybe we're not allowed to say that. Who took that picture?
Did you guys see that diner, like a half mile down the road?
We don't have any money, Julius.
Well, I have money.
You have money, so we should do it.
Sorry, who just said that? I'm not sure.
Right, so diner?
What's her shirt say?
Something about math.
I eat mash for breakfast.
Yeah.
She's the smart one. That's the rebel. And she's the nervous one.
Yeah.
Also, that wig is just the worst.
Is it? Doesn't look that bad.
Lashy. Come on.
You are very sensitive to wigs, dude. I never see them.
You can't see that wig?
No.
Come on, dude.
That looks like a good diner.
Down here.
I love diner, man. Yeah, chicken buddy.
We should go over there and talk to them.
This is how you get murdered.
I mean, honestly.
No.
This is like I'm trying to see to keep this thing going fast. Why, what is happening?
But it's a Spider-Man movie, Lashy.
You're not Spider-Man. Who are you calling?
Possible sighting in Churchill, New Jersey.
Connect me with Churchill Police Dispatch.
These aren't our missing persons. Code 4, repeat. These are not our missing persons.
Why did we have the camera spin when the wheel did?
I have no idea. I'm also not sure. I'm almost 100% confident that's not his real voice. Oh, they're not still in the woods anymore that you left him in the middle of? With nothing to do?
Stupid.
Yeah.
I specifically told him, don't do stupid things.
I'm pretty confident that AI was screwed. It's I mean, that's the only explanation.
And also, clearly, they made them. No one improvised, or no one like. Can I just say this line like a no? You gotta be word perfect.
So much for attracting attention.
Is this a teenagers acting a diner day?
Sure. They want to get kicked out. No one gives less F's than a diner waitress. She'll sharpen up a spatula and gut you.
Wow.
Like you're getting out of there.
Girls, what are you doing?
I'm very disappointed in you.
Yeah.
Even though we've known you like.
I'm so sorry. Julia! Julia!
Why punch him? He's just there. Did he just murder her?
No.
Pretty sure he just broke her neck.
I think he punched her in the.
Days like a poison paradise. Okay, not bad. That was at least interesting.
Sure. It's just we're over an hour into this movie. I feel like at some point we have some type of rule set for her powers.
No, it's a mystery. Flash.
This doesn't feel like how people wouldn't do that.
No.
What is?
No. But also, no one everyone knows. Everyone has that level of shit stirrer in their lives, and no one likes it. You know what I mean? Let's get up and dance. Shut up, Charlotte. Shut up.
Yep.
You know what you're doing.
Everyone does have that shit stir in their life, Jay.
Are you talking about me? I'm not bad.
This is a big bunch of them.
Big old bunch of human. I'm just a cat in this simple jambalaya. Yeah, get bombed, dude. Get absolutely bombed. My lord! How would I do that escape over?
Your pals don't work at me. Well, I have the same venom of the I haven't gotten that far to do with it.
You guys think of anybody but yourselves. You're so impulsive and entitled, and you don't listen. We didn't mean what happened.
We don't know you, lady. It's been 4 hours.
Yes. You should be so sorry. All of you should be sorry.
He's lying to the lady.
Here's the thing, though. It seems like, except for the little walk time thing, I feel like they are trying. They are doing their best, or at least something very close to it. They are doing their best.
Dakota Johnson's best is not very good.
With this script,
My mom's in a psych ward. She really cooked well and she went on top of, and so I got sent to live with him and his new family, and I don't think they want me there.
Okay. So,
My parents aren't around either. I think they resent how having a kid messed up their lives. I don't think they're gonna fight back or try to deal with this, and I really hope to find out.
doesn't seem like having a kid really messed up their lives. It seems like they're jet setting, got it figured out. We wanted to go to Pickens.
My dad got deported 6 months ago. I came home from school and he was gone.
What about your mom?
My mom died last night. I've just been living by myself in an apartment since then. So I can't go to the police.
boy,
Okay?
this information would have been so much better if we got it earlier.
Or if we just spent time with these other characters. And maybe the movie isn't about Madam Web. Maybe. Okay. I don't know, lady. You seem pretty weird. This movie is so bad, dude.
Well, they made Cassie unlikable.
Yeah, why don't I like her?
She's unlikable.
She sucks. But it's not like for anything specific. It's hard to nail down why she she just seems like she ruins parties. You know what I'm saying? There's no anti-hero version of that, you know? Nah, she just is unpleasant to be around. Oh, she has a tragic backstory? No. I think she's just she just sucks.
She's just socially awkward. It doesn't care to work on that. Don't you look at me. Don't you look at
Chris Sky.
Good thing that taxi still works after the front door of a diner.
Yeah, no big deal.
And a spider person.
Who survives unless enough poison enters their system? You won't be so lucky next time.
Why are you doing this?
In the future, I become much more, and in the future, they will destroy me. Those girls cannot exist.
How do you guys decide?
Because I will hold the powers. The only thing I know is that in the future, they also have powers.
The girls? The girls have the powers.
How is this even happening?
Your mother underestimated me. Mother underestimated me. This time, don't make the same mistake.
Don't do dumb things.
You can just walk away.
So, how did that happen? Did she actually go?
I think she did that in her mind palace. But also, why would he just tell her stuff? Kind of wish it was Morbid time, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That at least had some rising action.
Did have rising action.
Like this?
And Matt Smith.
Yeah.
I was lucky. The longer he holds on to, the more
teach with the power of being an EMT. She's going to teach them CPR.
You ready? Begin compressions. Go. Good. And we don't stop. You don't stop. If you stop, they die.
Forever? See people walking down the street with just people around. You seen that movie Crank? It's like Crank.
Crank is my shit. And the second.
Right. Nice.
Bro, I was just telling my
yeah, I wouldn't
my cousin about this the other day.
I'm kind of on the kid
No, my
bully
coworker
side,
about this the other day.
honestly.
I've never said this before.
Crank 2 is so good. I want an artificial heart.
It's
I have the
been
core
3
artificial
seconds.
heart my damn self. I don't think I was in 7th grade. Boy, I was really
I've
looking
never
at
said
shit up,
this
see how
to
much
anyone in
it
my
costs
entire
every
life,
day.
but I think you're a good teacher. How to raise these kids.
That shit was crazy.
Which you do know, son. My mom did. I think that's her. She's really pretty.
Okay.
In her notebook, there's some stuff about a local tribe in Peru that can do crazy stuff.
Spider stuff.
Crazy stuff.
You know, the things that a spider can. Maybe spin a web. Maybe climb a wall. Human size.
I mean, with that kind of powers, you can probably catch villains just like flies. But watch out.
Have to go and figure out what is going on.
Yeah. Good. You know my favorite part of Madam Web was when she went to figure out what was going on. You know?
Cassie, I can't pretend to understand what's going on here. Just be careful.
Thank you, but you're not pretty first.
Okay, well, neither do you.
Also, just a heads up, don't stop any robberies in the future. Okay, bye!
Oh man. Don't stop, we'll be ready. Did she really fly all the way to Peru? Are we being led to believe that this story is now in Peru?
How did he do
These
this?
girls are hanging out in Peru.
No,
These girls are they're hanging out at a stranger's house while she has time to fly to Peru.
Internationally to Peru and then fund her way into.
Yeah, man. You know how Central America is easy to travel to?
Dude, she had an apartment in Chinatown, so clearly on a EMT's salary, you know, free.
She's been working a lot of overtime. She can get to Peru.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Las Naranjas. That must be saying like the oranges.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, we can't give up that whole spider web.
Promised your mother I would be here.
We chilled out a lot more. Now we own a winery.
You used your mom to find us.
Now we own a winery.
Because he told the spider was cursed. He's been trying to outrun his destiny ever since.
Oh, the spider crossed the seal and then he got cursed. So
Yeah.
there you go.
I don't understand why she risked my life to come here.
You have to go back to your beginning and keep going past that. There are powers you don't even know you're capable of. You trust me?
No, I just met you.
Dude, you're a stranger from the forest.
This guy just got estranged.
I'm not gonna let her do that.
Why did you hate me so much?
Thank you.
What? We already saw all this. So why are they showing us as the audience that literally those we're not seeing anything different. And how the hell did she get back to the United States?
But she is strong.
I don't believe that there's enough societal infrastructure in order to pull that off.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Your test results came back. I'm sorry to tell you that your baby has myasthenic gravis. It's a degenerative neuromuscular disorder.
Single target nucleotide intervention. It's experimental, but there are some promising leads in the animal.
Okay, peptides. Interesting.
Unwilling to accept a diagnosis of helplessness. And I'm not going to teach my daughter to either.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that at least makes more sense.
He did. I know you were sick.
He did. Is something going to happen in this movie?
I don't know, Jay.
Now, nigga, to the post, he walking out.
That is nice. I just hope I get to see my kid grow up. I'm worried I'm gonna die before I get to see it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. No, radio. We're gonna get there.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I was there. I was in the room.
Where it happened?
In the room with her. How did you do that?
Math, baby. This whole movie was full of that.
See into the future. It's only the start. Your mind has infinite
It's assumed to be doing sweet kickers.
You can use the web to be in more than one place at the same time. You are the only one who can change the future.
Yeah. I wanted it to be on Broadway in a terrible, terrible show. Okay, let's just remember to pick up after ourselves.
He's the only good part of this movie.
Either I hate myself or my water broke.
Richard's not here, and the baby isn't due for 4 weeks. I was 4 weeks early. It's no big deal.
It's not right. As someone whose baby came 3 weeks early, it's pretty scary. Yeah, if you really asked your mom, she probably it was really scary.
Oh, that's good.
It's like the baby will be fine, but it's not. It's still pretty. When you're the parent, it's who. Where are we right now?
Ben's house.
How did she get back from Peru that quickly?
It was easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Yeah, man.
That nigga's stupid.
Well, did she learn to be more than one place at one time?
We haven't seen her actually learn anything yet. Steal a coworker's rig? Yo.
You're not allowed to just steal an ambulance. Like, just because you know how to drive it doesn't mean that makes it any better. But also, it's still just a car. Like, oh, of course, an ambulance.
Rate of 21.6 seconds.
I eat that for breakfast.
Oh, man. Here we go. What is that? I'm just not 100%. Is she just gonna hit him with the car again? Is that her only move?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's. I'll give her that. She won't know what happens to a frog that gets hit by an ambulance. I can't wait for him to show up again and get hit by a car a third time. Thrice you shall be wrong. Thrice faulty.
And the number shall be 3.
That's called panic attack. That's my flavor too. I think I'm dying. It's fun.
All right.
It's a good time.
I mean, that's kind of I don't know if that would actually work, but that was different. I don't know, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
It's a fun idea.
It's just we've never seen a superhero movie that didn't have a superhero in it. You know, it's fun.
We haven't seen a superhero movie that doesn't have a superhero in it. That is true.
Oh, it's Madam Web. Oh, the character that helps all the other spider heroes? Yeah. She's like kind of like a background character. Oh, cool. She like facilitates.
She like facilitates.
But it's like before she can actually even facilitate. Oh, okay. Cool, man.
It's gonna get a little crazy. It's already crazy. Get it down on us.
It's been 3 weeks. You went to Peru?
Hey, we're still up to that time.
No one asked for it. What?
Doesn't look safe. Well, it's full of explosives and it's structurally unsound. That doesn't sound safe. No matter what happens, we need to work together. Okay?
None of us do anything yet.
But also, are we going to see them get their powers? How does this work?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Put them in as many crates as you can.
This time a little light arson.
You two, go that way. We need to slow them down.
You're just starting a fire right now?
Wait. I'm sorry, real quick. Why was there a smoke grenade in an EMT's kit?
Those are flares.
No, those are flares. She threw a smoke grenade.
So we got to see them be their spider selves for maybe 20 seconds.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm fixing me a little meal, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
With that trailer then.
At first I was just let the eat the smoke crab legs, but nah. I'm making me a salad too.
I remember that. I remember that one 4th of July where that one firework went on my uncle's wall. He was real pissed. She's starting to believe, Adam.
From the beginning, remember we saw the S when she would die. Remember?
Remember?
That was still like an hour and a half ago, remember?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Helicopter Craig. You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Helicopter Craig.
I refuse to.
Well, bye, Craig.
Oh no! It seems I'm on fire. It's too dangerous to keep being a helicopter. Oh yeah, man! Oh, freaking flip! Hi! Man, it's really fun just watching a bunch of normal people fight a superhero.
What the boy is this?
Yeah, but they actually know what they're doing.
Can I save all three?
Yes, I can. Cool, man. There's another one of her just like getting an ice cream cone. What? I can do all of it. But so one of them couldn't have saved her from being punched?
See, we don't know the rules of our powers.
Yes, it's just common to me. Like Gooch this dude with a big ass.
Stop looking at it, you're giving the game away.
Yeah, it's obvious. Yeah.
You've been trying to change your future, but the girls were never your future. I was.
Because you know what you've been up to? You've been doing stupid things. S's for stupid. This murder brought to you by Pepsi.
It's a choice. of a new generation.
Oh!
Maybe she'd have been swimming the entire time instead of just, you know.
Yeah. She's trying to CPR, but not how to swim.
She's not breathing.
Las arañas.
You know what to do. Beginning compressions. Keep going. We don't stop. Come on.
That's the one thing she taught us. They did it.
They did do it. They did good things, Jay.
Yeah, man. Don't do secret things. I am blind now. And here's the character you actually care about as a baby. It worked for Darth Vader, so why not Spider-Man?
That's Darth Vader. This is Spider-Man.
Who's the character?
Jay! Jay, what's your
Dude, come on! Dude!
I ain't get no shredded cheese. And I don't have no more. It's all good though. It's all good.
Are you all immediate family?
Yes, they're all mine.
Oh God! Surprise! Morpheus the whole time.
Oh my god, it's Morbid time out of nowhere.
You left your junk mail downstairs again.
And if we got takeout,
I'm not checking this apartment. Actually, no.
What?
Hey girls.
How did she become paralyzed?
From the fall.
Into the water?
Yeah.
From 20 feet up?
You don't know the mysteries of the web, alright?
I think guys, we don't like you if you're angry.
Yeah, we don't like you at all, actually. You don't really...
We don't do like this ice cold Pepsi. And the new generation is definitely the Jay's high shoes.
Standing up for what people believe.
Finally giving people what they actually wanted out of this movie.
Discovering we were always more powerful than we thought.
Cool. But I really want Pepsi right now.
Whatever the future holds.
Oh,
We'll be ready.
yes.
And you know the best thing about the future.
It's got Craven in it. Okay. How dare you sully the cranberries?
Is there any, let's just see if is there any, I don't know why there would be. Just double checking here.
No, they probably. You sure?
Yeah.
You sure? I don't know if you really were thorough enough.
Well, I'm scanning, but
We're seeing at the very end of the actual very end of the very end of the credits.
that was Emma Roberts?
Yeah. What a spectacular big bag of shit. Like, that,
We're done.
they didn't give anybody any tangible powers to speak of. They didn't really give anyone, any character, any actual backstory or any development of any kind. Anything was just like very big, like, yeah. They just kind of walked around and waited for stuff to happen, and then suddenly all their best friends. Now she goes to Peru which is a trip that should have probably taken in time. The fidelity of time on that is buck wild. He didn't actually teach her anything. He just pushed her into a big vat of Baja Blast. This is our job. This
was worse than Morbius.
Yeah.
Morbius
at least had some fun action sequences.
It did.
It had some interesting characters.
It did.
It actually had a beginning, middle, and end.
Jared Leto was
brought
in, and he was crazy going for it. But like, Matt Smith was having fun.
This just kind of happens. This movie just.
Why does this movie exist?
I just have never.
Why does this exist?
I've never. Them meeting on the train makes absolutely no sense, and them like actually trusting each other. It just there's the level of the amount of stakes that were involved in that moment. I've never been so bored in a superhero movie ever.
I know.
That was so boring.
That was really boring. And the bad guy knew enough about the future to know who killed him, but that was the only future powers he got.
I guess.
He got the future. He is able to see who kills him. That's the only thing he can see. And then all the other the strength of the climb the walls, and that's it.
She also his assistant had access to the entire internet. And his only plan was to go murder them in broad daylight.
Yep.
He had that much resources. He couldn't use all of those resources to maybe hire these girls or get involved in these girls' lives in a way that maybe they didn't want to kill him. Or maybe he could figure out a way to take them out of the picture that wasn't murder them in broad daylight.
Also, here's a question, Jay. Why was he a bad guy? What was he doing that was so bad? Besides murdering the girls, what was his plan?
Aaron's bitch.
What made him a bad guy?
Why did he use spider powers to begin with? Why was he? Well, it's hard for him on the streets apparently. He says that.
Where were the powers that be or whatever when my family was in trouble? We had rough times.
That's what it does.
But what did we see him do that made him evil besides trying to murder the girls?
It's a good point. I don't know.
He was just evil. Just the bad guy.
Yeah, what was he using his power? How was he benefiting from his powers?
I don't know. We don't know. It was never shown.
Why did it have to be three of them? Did it have to be three of them only because they could show us her saving all three of them at the same exact time? Is that literally the thing? Is that literally it? Because they were like, well, what could possibly that much powers be? I feel like they're playing really fast and loose with Madam Web being quote-unquote a hero. They're really horking that down our throat.
Well, look, if I'm a Sony executive, this stuff isn't Jake's maybe, but let's think about it. Okay, we have a Madam Web script. It's like, okay, this is what we're doing. Great. Well, we gotta get in on the Spider-Man stuff. So what if we take three, up-and-coming actresses that are in some really good projects right now? Sure. Why do it with just one? We can have three names that kids know. Yeah, for the shows they like. Sure. In this movie. Yeah. And then
I'm glad that actually finished this.
Yeah.
Well, all this while this was going,
that
this was like an hour.
That trailer is that trailer is aggressive.
Yeah, it's at an hour right now.
Knows what it's doing, and it's borderline. It's borderline film.
Yeah.
So you know what that means?
The girls were in their outfits, the hero outfits, for a day. Maybe a day. Maybe less than a minute.
System.
Yeah.
Scramble there.
Maybe 5 shots.
Let me white up. There we go.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That was Dakota Johnson filming that in so hard. They're like, she's doing the best she can. I disagree.
Really?
I disagree.
Okay.
I don't think she. I would put it. I'm trying to be as kind, and I don't really like to comment on actors' performances. Is that often?
Sure.
But if that is Dakota doing the best she can
with that script.
Don't care.
Really?
If that is her doing the best she can, then she is not very good.
Really? No. Dude, that's not her. That's none of the actors' fault. That's none of the actors.
Sorry.
50 Shades of Grey wasn't even that good. Like,
there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, I started shit at
anyone
2:22 and this 4:07. So yeah.
Say now. You could say now. But also, you know.
That's crazy. Dakota Johnson was first before Dakota Fanning. Weird. She ain't number 34.
Hey man.
About to say yeah.
Maybe some people don't, you know, don't follow the nerd.
50 Shades. The last 50 Shades was 2018.
If we learned anything, we learned two things.
She was in Persuasion, which I never knew she was in.
Everyone will enjoy high school Chris Pepsi.
Yeah, she was in on Jump Street.
Oh, it's sweeter.
Yeah, I just don't watch her movies. Because I'm about to say, bitch, I only know her from 50 Shades.
Yeah, dude. That was terrible. That was terrible. That was. Yeah. That is the new.
She low key though.
Sony.
Shit, there's a lot of ones that I don't know.
Yeah, let's see if they can top it, man. Craven looked way better. Craven looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Craven looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Craven doesn't look half bad. But who knows? But who knows, Jay? Who's to say? Who's to say? Who's to say? Yeah. Yikes. Yikes. Yay. Okay. Hey, Jay, how would you rate Be Gentle, Madam Web? This one. This one's getting.
Bye. I might respond, but no. This week. I hate it already. Crazy. That's so too much. Just a bit. Just a bit.
Be gentle, be kind. Why? Why? We don't need to pull the comment section with a bunch of expletives. This is bad. It's terrible. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah. I don't see how. Let's see how vitriolic you can get without cursing in the conference. Yeah. How about that? That's the writing assignment for this one. I'm not calling to action people swearing. Okay. Like me. This movie's real bad. It's really bad. And yeah. And that's the rule of our comment section. I need funny. I don't care what you say. Just be funny. It's too. They're really bad. No one knows how to be made custom. You know why? Because people don't wear it. That's not a thing people wear. Spiders wear them. Spider people. No, that's not right. Comment below. Things like subscribe and hit that bell. So walk along this extra. Spider fight weirdos you. The video about the fight? Yeah. Please watch this. We would appreciate it as much as we appreciate watching this one. See you next time. Bye.
Alright. I just want to check the top of the subscription. Real talk. Just the top. Cool. Go back down with it. Cool. Alright, this is the place we go. Hopefully I see that subscription though. They got the Batman on here and Joker. If I don't watch Batman tomorrow night, man, it's gonna be something important. I'm watching Batman tomorrow night. The Batman, you know. No disrespect to your boy. Christian Bale, but you know, I just wasn't a fan of this shit. That's Caitlin Clark and the chick from South Carolina. I just don't know how to pronounce her name. That's it. It is her. It is Caitlin Clark. Camilla. And who's the other girl? Let's see, it's three of them. Kiki Rice. Who's Kiki Rice? She wasn't in the draft, was she? I don't remember that name. Oh, she's still in college. Is she? Yeah, she's still in college. So they had to get 2 pro players and one yeah. I can add that to my list. You know, that's like something cool. Boy, just imagine if I had Disney Plus without Hulu. My shit would be looking so boring. My shit would be looking so boring. Like, it'll have like straight, it'll have straight fucking Disney shit, but like, you know, just seeing the extra shit on here is crazy. They got 3 seasons of this show. What the fuck? Welcome to Racing. They don't have, you know, him on the set. Like, I saw the clip of him on Deadpool set and shit off of the Rockstar's page and shit, so I wanted to see what that was about. Black Twitter is it's a show. That's crazy. Hold on, go back, let me see if I recognize you. I recognize 2 already. 1, 2, 3. Who's the 4th? I don't know who the 4th is. I ain't trying to think. We still gotta watch Tales of the Empire. That's 6 episodes. And they not showing the fucking time. Why? See, that's the type of shit that made me watch it on somebody react to it. Why they not showing the duration? Real life. Real life. Real life. Even a short supposed to have 3 minutes, you know? Yeah. And I don't see it. That's crazy. Extra. That's crazy. But yeah, we gotta watch Tales of the Empire. So there's some shows that we can watch. You know, we got Ted to watch just because I got Peacock. You know, shit like Tales of the Empire. Acolyte about to come out Tuesday. So that's gonna be a weekly thing. And plus they dropping like the first 2 episodes the first day. So yeah. Beat the fucking Spark, boy. That shit value so fucking funny to me. I don't know why. I bet I stopped right on it. Nope. 56 minutes, good hour. So yeah. I'm about to watch that. Start it up so you get to buffering. Alright. Alright, start off with the X Magic. So first, I'm gonna keep those crab tails, snow crabs on the stove. Like the salad first. Take a shot. Little baby shot. Keep that in. Should I? That's a good little big box. I feel like that bitch ain't gonna last me that $1 what time it is? It would about to be 4:20. I'm gonna hit that bitch at 4:20. I'm about to say 419 is getting forever to get here, boy. Ooh, that nigga strapped. Hold on. We just found out Giancarlo Esposito got a role in Cap 4. But I didn't think it was gonna be a serious villain. This nigga got 3 knives across the stomach, a fucking holster for look like a nice little gun, probably a good revolver, another holster for another gun, and he wearing a inside brown, outside black trench coat. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? Nigga, what? Oh, it's 4:20. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. See, I be getting. Talking to this shit. You gonna do it? I should have kept it there. Hold on. Oh, I'm lit. That's crazy. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I'm lit. That's crazy. First. I done found some in Albertsons that I never thought I would see in a fucking store besides the gas station by Waffle House. Of college, in case you ain't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah. I'm gonna show y'all. Because that's gonna be the first one that I take out of the freezer. Yep, I just put it in the freezer, so yeah. That will be the first one to take out of the freezer. don't need no more, but I'll take some more. That Corona really did. I'm glad I ain't go for 2. I'm glad I ain't go for 2, bro. Ooh, I'm glad I ain't go for 2. Hey, shot, baby shot. That was a baby shot. But yeah. Skill is bold. Then we gonna get into this first. We gonna be. It's just. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. This is like not a first, but then again, it's like not the last. Ow. Yeah, real niggas don't wash their hands. Yeah. I'll be fucked up. Shut up. I already know y'all talking shit. Shut up. Hey. Alright. So, we're going to stick to the program like I said. Like I said, we got that bitch up and running right quick. I'm still letting that air circulate before I turn it off. So, yeah, let me finish this bowl and we can get into it. I used to be into that get extra high shit, but nah. Just like get high. But sometimes I don't even like getting that high no more, you know? For life. Trying to quit this shit soon. Not quit it, but you know, at least give it a fucking break, you know? Bada boo, bada bee, bada boo, bada bee, bada boo, bada bee, bada boo, bada. Let's see, can I? Okay. So just a little song while I get my stuff ready, you know. Just a little song. Like, get my stuff ready, you know. Like it's not very good shot. Where is it? There you go. Taking a shot. That's a little mini. I won't call it a baby. I'll call that mini. Anyways. It's 4:30, y'all. Wop, wop. Very stop. Yay. Ah, flags. Hey. What? On a block, what? But he ain't got no ride. What? Fuck that. Damn. Gang, shorty. No change, shorty. Bitch. Bang. They don't know. What? Hey, Hey. What? What? All right. Just a little song, you know. Cause you know, ooh, the next one was Euphoria too. The next one was Euphoria too.
Hey guys.
All I'm missing is cheese, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Neutralized. I can only watch in silence.
Nope. Wait. I didn't get no bread.
You move just like a degenerate. Every antic is feeling distasteful. Why calculate you not as calculated? I can even predict your angle. Fabrication.
Another song, though. Rocky.
You heard Mr. Morale.
Rocky. I got this song. Cause I ain't getting no bread. I just thought about that. I just thought about that. Somebody cut up some of this Swiss cheese.
I make music that electrifying. You make music that pacifying. My control down on that line was favorites time. That's random lexicons. Know you're a manipulator and habitual liar too. But don't tell no lie about me. And I won't tell the truth about what?
Bitch, I won't tell the truth about what? Bitch, I said, shoo! Shoo!
Yeah, I'm on the way, I'm low, okay, and I'm right here on board, okay, ain't thinking about no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay, got a vigilante in the Jackson out in my house, like I'm Joe, okay, Hellcat, made his own voice in them types of they sold, okay, everybody wants to get chips, but I ain't throw away, and I might do a show today, what's a lame, always a lame, oh, you thought the money, the power of fame will make you go away, have you ever played, have you ever, okay, nigga, let's play, have you ever, watch your enemy down, like your poker face, have you ever paid $500 like to an open case, well, I have, and I felt that both, but I came on straight, I hate when I rap or talk about guns, and somebody died, they turn into nuns, then I hop online, like pray for my city, he faking for life, and Israel hugs, his daddy a killer, he wanna be genius, they must have forgot the shit that they done.
The Mitchell must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I park his son. It's every time I shop with Drake. The homie that told me to aim it this way. I did point down the love and say I should run down. What? I heard it ain't too late. You got a ring on God. I'm ready to double the wage.
Let it a nigga make pop turn in his grave. Cut the bitch, you got shit twisted. What is it, the braids?
I heard your feelings, you don't want it on me no more.
Okay. There's 3 girls left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase. It's not nobody can tell me. I don't want to talk on no selling. You know I got language barriers. It's no accent you can sell me. You're cold and ivory, you know I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends, if not Hawaiian, they'll be melting. I don't like you popping shit, that's for real. For him, I inherit the beef. Yeah, fuck all that pushing P. Let me see you push a T. You better off spinning again on him. You think about pushing me. He's terrorist Thor, I'm terrorist Crawford. Yeah, I'm whooping feet. We gotta get personal, this is for the face. Keep that way. I know some shit about niggas that make gonna wanna look like a safe. This ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks, not about who's the greatest. It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. We hate the bitches you fuck, cause they confuse themselves with real women. And notice I said we, it's not just me. I'm with the culture feeling. How many more fairy tale stories about your life till we had enough? How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough? up. I don't like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he act tough. You gon' make a nigga bring back tough. Niggas need jumps when he crash something. You my first one, like my last one. This a classic, you don't have one. Let your court audience stomach that. Then tell her where to get your ass from. B12 is a fast one. Last one. Headshot for the year. You better walk around like Daft Punk. Remember? Ain't top dog. Who the fuck they think they playing with? Extortion my middle name as soon as you jump off of that plane, bitch. I'm allergic to the lame shit. Only you like being famous. Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hanging with. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Surprise you wanted that future request. You know that we got some shit to address. I even hate when you say the word nigga. But that's just me, I guess. Some shit just cringe-worthy. You ain't even gotta be deep, I guess. Still love when you see success. Everything with me is blessed. Keep making me dance, wave my hand, and it won't be no threat. I'm knowing they call you the boy, but where's a man? I ain't seen him yet. Matter of fact, I ain't even lead him yet. Can I lead him back? When I see you standing by sexy red, I believe you see two bad bitches. I believe you don't like women. It's real competition. You might bypass with them. Let's speak on percentage. Show me your splits. I'll lick your hot dog back with you. You assigned to a nigga that signed to a nigga that says he was signed to that nigga. Try to cease and desist on the like that record? Know what? You don't like that record? Back to back. I like that record. I'ma get back to that for the record. Why would I call around trying to get turned on niggas? Y'all think about life as well? That's whole shit. I got something on the raise. I see you know nothing about that. Waking them up, know nothing about that. They tipping the pearl, know nothing about that. They keeping them tools to walk through life like day by day, know nothing about that. Teaching them morals, integrity, discipline, listening, know nothing about that. Speaking the truth and consider what God's considering, know nothing about that. Ain't 20v1, it's 1v20 if I got smack niggas that right with you. Yeah, bring them on 2 out, hit them on 2, tell Bean that he better stay right with you. Am I battling ghosts or AI? Nigga feeling like Joel Austin. Funny, he was in a film called AI. Hey, 6'6", telling me to off him. I'm a blick niggas all in the coffee. Yeah, hobie ho niggas is dick riders. Tell them one to another, cause they imitate heritage. They can't imitate just violence. Well, around this stuff, don't like the West Coast, I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it. Pick a nigga off one at a time with it. Only be on a 3-hour time difference. Don't speak on the family, Crody. You can get deep in the family, Crody. Talk about me and my family, Crody. Someone gon' please in your family, Crody. I be at New Hall King eating fried rice with the dead sauce and the family, Crody. Tell me your cheese and bomb. We can do this right now on the camera, Crody. Hey, fuck y'all niggas, I don't trust y'all niggas. I weigh one thing and duck y'all niggas like Phil roll punk y'all niggas, they punk y'all niggas. Nobody never took my food. Well, that's fucking weird. I'm fuck you niggas and fuck the industry too. If you take it there, I'm taking it further. That's something you don't wanna do. We don't wanna be the same nigga no more. We don't wanna hear you say nigga no more.
Yeah! Let's get into it, y'all. ACO. Your fans want if I need something. Sorry, guys, we got to do this thing for some people. You said they go for it. No, just work it down as I need. But yeah, Mananda sword. Oh, my fault. Manzanita sword. You know, I started fucking with this drink because I just accidentally tried it at fucking Taco Bell, I think. Yeah, Taco Bell. And I've been hooked ever since. I feel like I really, really confident that I tried the apple flavor Fanta that they had at the time. I feel like I tried that first before I tried this, so I don't think I tried this on accident. I feel like I knew what I was getting myself into, but when I tried it, I was like, nigga, bruh, I'm about to turn this AC back on. I got the fan rolling, but y'all know how it be when niggas be lit. But bruh, we had this bitch at the top of the line right here. Wait, one second. We had this bitch at the top of the fucking label right here. Now look at that hoe. Turn the AC back on. know, keep that up. Matter of fact, you can translate everything over here. Yeah. Just right there. Alright. Wait.
Thus, my love for education, for my X-Men, their heroism teaches a lesson you mustn't forget. That the universe is very old, and all of us very young, born of ancient stardust, and all children of the atom.
When Disney Plus first came about, I had a great opportunity to go into Kevin's office and pitch every wild animated idea I could think of, and the first words out of my mouth were revival of the original X-Men, the animated series. It was by far the most influential show on me as a kid.
It holds such a special place in everyone's heart. It has made animation fans of so many people, myself included.
I remember distinctly when Pizza Hut was doing the promo for Night of the Sentinels 1 and 2 on VHS. I wore that thing out. That was my introduction to the show, and that's where my love of the characters came from.
It was groundbreaking, and I love looking forward to watching it. X-Men, more than anything, is my favorite output. The X-Men have always treated being different in a realistic way. Like, how would the world actually react to that? The X-Men feel grounded. They're ground level. They deal with being persecuted, trying to go out and help people that hate you. You know, it weighs on you a lot. And we get a chance to be in those moments with them, and how that affects their relationships, I think, is all great allegory for our world now.
It was a show that was for kids, but it didn't talk down to the audience. I think this is a strength of the comic book as well as the animated series, and you can go all the way back to the earliest comics written by Stan Lee to see that the X-Men kind of made people's feelings of isolation, trauma in their own lives feel seen, and it certainly made me feel seen.
I thought you wanted to be cured.
That's what I thought too, Doc. But there ain't no cure for who you are. I love being able to see these characters who really, in one way and another, kind of saved us as kids. You know, whether they were just the fun heroes that we got to check in on Saturday.
Okay, hairball, let's talk.
What I really respected about X-Men was that it's life is hard, and it's gonna be hard, but you can do it together, you can have a team, you can find your family, and you can actually make a difference.
So often in our history, unhappy, misguided people have created scapegoats, blaming those that are different for the problems in their own lives.
It is an evil in men's hearts that must be fought.
The original pitch was about reviving the series, not about rebooting it, not about remaking it.
A lot of people will say, it's X-Men the animated series. We're continuing on with one of my favorite shows, the show that I grew up on, the show that I'm introducing my kids to. What are they going to do with it? Where are they going to go with it? And we're those same people. Like, everyone making this show is that fan going, where do we want to go? If the series had never stopped, if it had continued on, what other stories would the show tell?
I know you cannot bear to see him go, but it is the only way.
Can he ever come back?
From the jump, it's sort of like that direct continuation, that direct lining up with the stories that they were telling in the 90s, and seeing where that can take us, referencing the comics lore since then, but really tapping into this nostalgia factor of that series.
Heads up!
So much of the conversation was about not just paying homage to the original style, but emulating people's memories of the original style.
Oh, my stars and garters. We must warn the team.
So we have Larry Houston, the director, who's coming back as a consulting producer for us, as well as the Leewalds, who were the original showrunners on the series.
Disney Plus began to run X-Men the animated series, I want to say in 2019, and we were amazed at the fan response to that. But we had not heard that it was going to happen until it really started happening.
Yeah, they were putting everything close to the vest, and then we got the phone call and they said, well, it's happening,
He would have been proud today.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper, but to be honest, it's a team effort.
I remember when we first called them to let them know that we were doing the series, they told us a story about having to use the same call to Stanley when they did the original series. And just like Stan told them, they told us that they have our back and he's making it right.
I know I've been hard-headed lately. It's just, I don't know how the X-Men could go on without the Professor. It was on me. But his dream doesn't need me. It has all of you.
My superhero world started with mythology, Greek mythology, Egyptology. The literature I read, basically all fantasy. Then I discovered comics. I cannot remember exactly what, but my first comic was Iron Man. And then I got X-Men, Spider-Man, all of them. I started reading them like crazy. I was an only child. I was an ultimate nerd. I went to school in abstract Long Island, and I became very successful toy inventor. The first toy that I wanted to turn into a show was X-Men, and I felt if I take something that exciting, kids will feel that they're the only one like that. So I'm pitching X-Men, and Stan Lee is with me in many of his meetings, and nobody acted.
They tried all during the 80s to get X-Men on television, and nobody in Hollywood thought it would be successful. Superheroes, that you can't make a successful TV show around that. So it was this non-starter.
Sounds like just another day that ends with Y when you put it that way.
Precisely. And we face it as we always have. As it.
Come back to that bitch or something, but nah. Top that bitch off. Yep. 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 I ain't got no top, so I'm not gonna come right to it. Yeah, boy. Have you seen my commercial? Yes, $30 right here, y'all. $30.
When we were at Marvel Productions in the mid-80s, I had two supervisors. One was Stan Lee, the other one was Margaret Lesh. Margaret Lesh always believed in the concept of the X-Men. So fast forward about 6 years, she became the CEO of Fox Kids Network. She had the power to bring that stuff now. So she called up me, Romeo, Eric Jr., and some other she's like the secret superhero that they built about.
Folks about her didn't believe X-Men was going to do anything. And it was, okay, we'll give you 13 episodes, but that's it. And if this fails, you're out of a job. She goes, okay, I'll take that risk. We were hired to do 13 episodes, one season, and I got to be a writer on that season. But after 13 episodes, we were all let go.
The entire creative staff was let go. Like in July, August, when we finished our work. And then in January, it premiered something that was expendable. Yeah.
If ratings don't go up with every show, I'll cancel the series. And these performers, permanently. Control room! And it's so nice.
We were working other places. We would call and say, we really want to come back for another season. About half of us could, some of them couldn't. They came back as quick as they could.
Our ratings are going through.
At the time, we were not aware of how popular the show was. There was no internet, none of that stuff. We just had ratings. That's all we had. And so the first season was actually the most important season for us because we had to get the highest ratings to keep the show in the air. And so we were lucky to get that second season. But, we were hanging on like a cat, that picture of the cat hanging on. We were like that because we had no idea.
We're not aware of what's going on in the world with folks watching this and falling in love with it until Julia asked a friend of ours there, Charles, about, do you get any fan mail on this show? Is it doing okay?
I happened to show up at Fox Studios and asked her, are you getting, what's the feedback? Because again, the ratings really were amazing, but are you getting any kind of response? And she took me in a hallway, and those big wilty USPS mail cartons that you see mailmen carry. There was one on the ground, and it was full, and it was stacked, and it was full, and stacked all the way down the hall and all the way back. Floor to ceiling stacked, and she goes, every one of those is the kid for X-Men.
Parents loved it. Parents said that thank you. My child life changed. They realized he's not alone. There are others like him. And I used to go talk to promotional workers and I said, we're all like that. And I think the best evidence of it was X-Men.
You gotta remember back in the 90s, either Scooby-Doo or Supermax, that was the standard. So we wanted to make sure that when kids saw Night of the Cinemas 1 and 2, they could tell this is not the usual show that they're used to watching. This is different. This is going to stand out.
You see what he did?
Yes, Rogue has a way with that.
What we were doing is like, my God, you're going to kill a character off in the first episode. You got the girl being chased by a robot.
Sonic, I must have read that unit.
We did that deliberately so that people would, wow, what's this? What's going to happen next? We wanted to pull them in to the show and make it a must-see show every week.
Life don't get much better than this.
We all knew that there's something in our stories that is like a mission, and you feel it. So we just cannot wait to get to the next chapter.
I still remember rushing home after school to watch each new episode, and I think it was the first serialized piece of entertainment I had ever watched. It was the first time I remember there being like cliffhangers at the end of every episode, and that amazing feeling you had when anything was being continued happened every single day on that show. It was my gateway into comics. I'd watch that original series and then immediately want to go to the comic store and see what was going on, not just with X-Men, but every comic book on the shelf. And as I became a filmmaker and started meeting with directors and directors, so often you would hear that show come up.
That's what's I want to hear.
Work in their lives. You could see that the love of comics
Look at that.
for people like
That is all butter dripping off of there.
large part due to that series in particular.
We have accomplished a great victory this day.
I think the 90s aesthetic is something that is so intrinsically tied to those designs that they use, but also how that show feels. It just feels of that era.
fills me with an immense sense of nostalgia, and it feels like a celebration to me.
What a kick! Can we do it again?
Animation has just come leaps and bounds, not only with technology, but also with the styles. Not just animation style, whether it's 2D or CG, but also in how animation is approached with directing.
Emmy and Jake's are the episodic directors, which means that they did every other episode. Jake set up the directing style for his first episode, and then they followed suit.
For me, it was a discussion of where do we go tonally? You know, because there are things in the original series that you might see as cheesy, but actually aren't. Maybe that was budget. I mean, you know, you watch it now, you can see recycled animation. You can tell, oh, we just didn't have the means to go back in and retake. And we've actually spoken with Larry about that since.
You know, I don't have so much time to have to get it done.
Now that we have that ability to put that budget behind it, how do we then go, okay, so then what is this show? Because is it just the visuals? Is it just the storytelling? And I think what we all ended up deciding on, well, I just want the audience to feel the same way that we felt watching it as kids.
Rouge always comes to David's rescue. I've always wanted to make content that was as open as the stuff that inspired me. We all stand on the shoulders of the people prior to us, right?
Every fun class, the professor just showed me how he did what he did so well.
Some lessons are taught, Scott. Others are learned.
We're all huge X-Men fans, and we wanted to see them elevated. It forces us to be creative. It forces us to figure out, okay, what's the clearest way to say this? What's the most impactful thing we can do here, especially when it comes to action? People like to embellish on all of that stuff. How can we make every little piece of action on screen as potent as possible?
Animation is being pushed so much, the bar is being raised so high. So how do we still stay relevant, stay on that bar, keep that nostalgic feel?
And how that simpler times. It's unreal.
Should probably find a way out of here.
What's the rush? These levels are taking me back.
We're set in 97. We are essentially a period piece. What was being done in cinema between 96 and 98? How was live action being shot? How were things being animated? What was TV animation doing? What lenses were being used? What was considered cinematic at the time? What was considered groundbreaking at the time? It's great to have a lot of those 90s tropes in our back pocket because that is just a fundamental tactile feel in the DNA of the show.
All right.
Well,
I didn't know I left this on, so I got to that. I'm sorry.
flat background.
On the shoulders of the people prior to us, right?
Every fun class, the professor just showed me how he did what he did so well.
Some lessons are taught, Scott. Others are learned.
We're all huge X-Men fans, and we wanted to see them elevated. And it forces us to be creative. It forces us to figure out, okay, what's the clearest way to say this? What's the most impactful thing we can do here, especially when it comes to action? Because we provide to embellish on all of that stuff. How can we make every little piece of action on screen as potent as possible?
Animation is being pushed so much, the bar is being raised so high. So how do we still stay relevant, stay on that bar, but keep that nostalgic feel?
And talk about simpler times. It's unreal.
Should probably find a way out of here.
What's the rush? These levels are taking me back.
We're set in 97. We are essentially a period piece. What was being done in cinema between 96 and 98? How was live action being shot? How were things being animated? What was TV animation doing? What lenses were being used? What was considered cinematic at the time? What was considered groundbreaking at the time? It's great to have a lot of those 90s tropes in our back pocket because that is just a fundamental tactile feel in the DNA of the show. While the idea of cel-drawn animation with flat backgrounds kept you to a very flat frame, we're honoring that almost 80% of the time. But one thing that makes it X-Men 97 and not X-Men the Animated Series is that we are going past that at times for emotional effect. So big crescendo moments in battles and in fight scenes, and even in some of our bigger emotional scenes, push past that flat plane into a more three-dimensional space. And that's something that our studio partner, Studio Mir, who produced a lot of anime, really allows us to do effectively.
What was done at the time was the top of that animation scale, was the top of the action and what was available and what could be done at the time. And our responsibility now is to do the same, to do the top. Like, that's how high the bar is.
We're able to look at the footage and this thing called TI. It's a really film processing makes the blacks pop out even harder.
I'm cool with Rock focusing a bit more, just to go a little more cinematic into the era of it all.
And we also have to put it to widescreen format, right? So we got to make it more cinematic.
Hey, y'all. Maybe this is doing a bit of renovating since Gav's last visit.
We wanted to make sure we were honoring the Leewolds and layering all the work that they had set down. That it was never going to be about, well, that was kind of cheesy, so how cheesy can you go? More like, no, you guys were actually building something incredibly beautiful. Look at how much it affected a whole generation of people. And to carry that torch is not only a lot of responsibility, but we're actually excited for that. I can't wait. I want to bring on these characters.
Well, if being an X-Man teaches anything to Toby, it's to expect the unexpected.
One of the most important aspects of the series is the music. When you hear that rendition of the opening title, what's amazing is not that it sounds new, but that it sounds like it really celebrates and props up what was beautiful about that original music.
In terms of IDing a show, I mean, it's so important. I mean, I grew up in the 60s. I mean, there's a lot of shows that all you have to do is hear 2 or 3 notes and you know exactly what it is. And so we knew that for the X-Men, we needed to have something that was very distinctive and strong and driving. That in the 90s, I was given like a weekend, like 2 or 3 days to draw the intro. And the intro is going to be about maybe a minute, 4 seconds, something like that. I drew 2 minutes. I just let the fanboy roll out of my head. I just started drawing images and just let stuff pour out. And once I got it done and finished, then we went back and just took 2 minutes and just 1 minute to what everybody knows right now. My storybook was actually done before the music. And so once we got that done, that's the next part was trying to get the music that was driving to try and match the high pace. And if my memory serves me right, I think it was like maybe the 13th version of the music until we said, yeah, that's it. Because the first 12 was like, no, didn't have the punch, it didn't have the excitement. And so it took time, and then it magically merged together, and everything worked out just fine.
The OG show leaned into the prejudice. It didn't shy away from it, but it also didn't dumb it down or didn't treat the audience like a kid. It just told stories. It told stories and it had a greater story to tell. For us to be a successor, we gotta kind of carry that DNA in.
Your heart may beat for me, but I can't feel it. You light up everything you touch. Never me.
Every story we tell in the show is born out of out of the characters showing the writers where to take them. They're following those relationships, and it's really about driving at the human heart. The world around these characters might be chaos, but their humanity, their soul, their internal feelings and love for one another is the thing that's going to see them through.
Right now we have to be strong for the team. For every mutant still out there who's watching these images, they need hope.
That's what the professor would do.
And let's go remind the world that times like these are when dreaming matters most.
Our number one priority was to bring on as many of the original cast members as we possibly could.
Back then we wanted to elevate the storytelling. So one of the things that we did was we auditioned people who did stage plays as opposed to voice actors who worked just in the Saturday morning cartoons, because we wanted to get actors who have a range of inflections in how they act, and it didn't sound like everybody else out there. I think it helped add to the character and quality of the show, because these guys brought the characters to life.
Don't you ever get tired of listening to yourself?
Not when I'm talking about you.
I had no clue about the X-Men at the time.
I had never heard of the X-Men. I don't think any of us had, except George Oza.
They didn't tell us the title of the show that we were going to read for. They said Project X. And I'm reading and I'm reading. And I said, this is X-Men.
So strange, and yet so familiar.
I used to buy a lot of comic books when I was a kid, and when the first X-Men comic book came out, and I saw it on the newsstand, and I do remember reading it. And I knew right off the bat that I was auditioning for X-Men.
It appears to be a deliberate trail.
I might as well have gone and auditioned for Star Wars. To be a part of that, at that stage of my career, was a real high point.
You are a work of art.
The majority of us had done quite a bit of theater coming into the 90s.
I was a serious actor.
Oh, he played Gambit in the original series, but he played Cable in this series. That's crazy.
I was not doing voiceovers, I was a singer with the Jingles my whole life in the city of Toronto and flying to New York, flying to Chicago, whatever to sing.
My background is very much theater.
I've done a couple of voice things for commercials and stuff, but my very first animated audition ever was this character.
My agent at the time was here in Toronto, said, Lenore, I want you to come in for this new series. They're looking for a sexy, husky voice with a southern accent. And I played a lot of southerners in movies and television by that time. But I didn't go to the first auditions. I just wasn't that interested.
You've given us a place where we belong, Professor.
Just takes us hard-headed words longer to realize it. So then a few months go by and they had callbacks, and she said, Lenore, they haven't found the right actress yet for this part because it's you. So get your ass in gear and go. So I did. And I walked into the studio with the headphones on. Producers were in LA. I took a look at the picture of the character. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I could do that. And then I just opened up my mouth and basically, you know, my daddy liked to kill himself when he found out I was a mutant.
Yeah.
And I heard all these screams and yells and everything. They're like, don't let her leave the building. That's her, that's Rouge. This is going to be more satisfying than I thought.
Once we heard the audition, we said, oh, that's it. We got it. Here's the signal with the ring.
This one is mine.
When they showed me a picture of him, you know, they explained who he was and stuff, and he was Canadian. I said, well, that's good. The first line was like, all right, you big sucker piece of gutter trash. I always did like picking on people shorter.
Yeah.
I'm shorter. Pick on me. They just went, oh gosh, give him some more lines. You know,
Give him some more lines.
Like that. It was like it was meant to be.
Just call me Wolverine. Wolverine. So impulsive.
I identified with Hank right off the bat. When I was a kid in school, I got bullied. I was a big kid. I was overweight. I got into quite a few beats on the schoolyard. And it was there that I learned that even though I'm big, if you retaliate, you will be the one who they blame. So think before you act. And try and defuse a situation and walk away. And this is what Hank does.
They must see that we are not a threat to mankind, but are a part of it.
He won't resort to his abilities and his superpowers unless there's absolutely no other recourse. He will try and talk and reason his way out of a situation before he will use violence. But then when he does, watch out.
I summon the full power of the storm!
I had gotten this audition for my very first animation, and I was out in Stratford, and I was doing Shakespeare. And I really only had one day that I could come into the city. Everything was very rushed, and so I'm looking to hold on to why I'm there and what can I possibly bring to this audition. And then they said that she was a queen, and I'm like, okay, I don't know more about her, but I can do queen.
I must keep my emotions in check, lest my powers rage out of control.
She played right into my very natural strengths. I've never been a subtle actress. No, I do it big. Go big or go home.
I'm very fond of Nightcrawler. Our time together meant a great deal to both of us. I just remember they called me in, and there was this kind of moment of landing in the part, and he was like both passionate, like he had spiritual, there's something gentle about him, and something fierce about him. I remember finishing the read, and there was this pause, and I kind of looked over into the booth at Dan Hennessy, who was the director, and he paused and looked at me and he goes, he's a very passionate guy, isn't he? And I was like, yeah. Do you want to do it again? Sure. So that was my very first animated audition, and there was something about the script, the kind of complexity of the character, which just kind of brought it out of me.
I am overwhelmed. You X-Men are experienced with such things.
Well, you come to the right place.
When we first started this series, we recorded together, possibly 6 of us in the studio at a time. What they found is that there was too much spill happening between mics. Not to mention that we could barely get the scenes done because we were laughing so hard. Not at the script, just at the goofs in the room that were so talented.
He better be more careful with his mouth. You better stop worrying about my mouth and start worrying about these.
I mean, I just remember my first day in the studio. There was Cal Dodd, there was Lenore Zan, and it was pretty wild. I saw Cal Dodd hunch his shoulders up, make fists, and suddenly it dropped into the voice. It was weird, and I was like, oh, okay. It really taught me that, doing animated voices was not just standing in front of the mic not moving. There was actually like full body expression involved.
You cannot conceive, nor can I, the appalling strangeness of the mercy of God.
You were pulling punches on the dock today. We go up there. If you want to end it, and end it fast, hit and hit to kill.
I just interrupt everybody because I'm Wolverine. Throw me into something really important, and I say, are you just about finished? There are other people here that have to talk to.
Stuff the philosophy. Let's go kick his butt.
At one point, they were turning off my microphone. I said, don't you do that. Leave that on because this will be good.
I go. I wanna go.
It was magical. It was a really magical chemistry that we all had.
Eventually they split us up, and yet we would all use the same studio, so we'd see each other coming and going. Everybody else had different jobs. Very few people do strictly voice. At the time we were doing the first couple of seasons, I was on another series just around the corner from here, Maniac Mansion, which was a George Lucas thing.
I was doing Shakespeare. When I auditioned for this, for the whole, first season, I was in Stratford. I had shows every night. Monday was our dark day. And so every Monday, I got in my car bright and early and came down and recorded X-Men.
Rise, fall, and divert our enemy from her path. Storm your master command.
Back then I was doing Kung Fu with David Carradine, and it was a two-hander more or less, so I was working 12, 14-hour days on that, and I would do the X-Men literally on my lunch hour or in a break that I had that was kind of like lunch throughout the day.
See, bruh, hey yo, pause, bro. I feel like, bro, if I would have known that type of shit can happen with your regular work schedule, that would be so dope. Because I'm just seeing these fucking auditions and casting calls they be having and shit, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to really quit my job that I have right now and really just dedicate everything going into that. Like literally, I don't know if it gotta be right at the audition day or right before the audition day, but I'm gonna have to quit and I'm gonna have to commit to just that. Well, no, if I can actually, audition for some shit and get my shit throughout my little lunch break or whatever, dope. That'd be dope.
I'd have to drive from the studio down to do the X-Men, but not knowing that it was actually becoming a hit.
I think it was just the word of mouth. We just heard gradually that, people were watching it, and fans that normally might not be into that type of animation and that storyline are talking about it.
You don't know what you've done. You ain't seen nothing yet.
The characters are now kind of iconic, but at the time they were just, these fascinating, complex characters with some really interesting dialogue. Dialogue with depth that you wouldn't expect from a weekly cartoon.
The phoenix was a mythical bird that was consumed by fire, but always rose again from the ashes. Perhaps that's what the phoenix represents. Hope, which never dies.
When it was over after 5 years, I was like, I didn't know what to do with myself. Like, no more going to the studio to do him. Like, well, does he just fall off the face of the earth? What's going on? I really missed him because, geez, me, this must have Mulgate changed in 100 years, and you know it. So great to get back in him.
Well, Magneto ain't gonna change his mind just because we say please. The man just declared war on the whole planet.
His day ends one day.
We are all gung ho. I mean, there's no question about it. I don't think there's a single person that said, oh, I don't know, why would we want to do this? Everyone, oh, yes, absolutely, let's go.
It's been too long, my friend.
You know what's really cool is that it's the same studio that we recorded the X-Men in the 90s.
I am Storm, Mistress of the Elements.
I value it in a completely different way. And the time that I spend in the studio, I appreciate and love it so much more.
Surrender the boy, or face my fury.
I love this stuff. I love this character. I love this show.
Let them thunder, for I am lightning.
I did go back and revisit the show because I wanted to, make sure that I was going to be true to the character that was created all those years ago. I just remember it was just literally all came flooding back to me.
None of you were there the day Genosha fell. Who dies next, Professor? Jean? Been there, done that. I watched a couple of the episodes, like A Rogue's Tale, and my voice is naturally there anyway, and so it just came back really quickly. And then when I walked in the studio the very first time, I was a little nervous because I was like, oh my God, do I still have it? And within 2 seconds, really, of opening up my mouth and saying the first couple of lines, I was like, yeah, it's like a well-worn leather jacket that you just slip in and away you go. You went slower than snails in maple syrup. I reckon we nab them now before our mystery boys move them again. It's so funny how, my lines stick in my head. Some of the best lines that I've had, like, you look about as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. And yet, here you are, dragged in like a kitty cat's prize.
Cable?
Chris Potter played Gambit in the original series.
Everyone can relax. Gambit has returned.
His actual voice in the role of Cable was a massive part of the season.
I know all I need to know. That machine killed my mother.
We need to make sure he doesn't do the same to anyone else.
A couple centuries
Why
later,
ain't that
no one
voice Gambit?
protected Dad, huh?
Both of you, stop it.
I'm gonna miss Gambit, but I'm loving doing Cable. I'm so excited about where we're headed with this.
Am I going to war or a circus?
What'd you expect? Black leather?
There's also a lot of great newcomers who are bringing new characters to life and who are giving us new takes on the characters from the original show.
The name is Gambit. Remember it.
For this show, I got a weird laundry list of just characters, all with fake names. I think Gambit was like John or something. And the reference was Chris Potter's Gambit. And I was like, hold on. And then I looked through all the female references, all the male. I was like, okay, this is X-Men. So I kind of freaked out a lot. And I made the probably very, very, very dumb decision to only audition for Gambit because there was no prehistory with doing really an Asian accent. I mean, I would do an impression of him between me and one of my friends in like high school. I would do an assassin motif. It was just a thing we used to say, like, mon ami.
You stop the bad guys, save the kid, you got homesick now.
These beignets maybe more than you do. I took French because of Gambit, and this is probably the lamest thing I could say, but we were allowed to choose names, and so I chose Remy, of course. But then I would sign it Remy LeBeau, and my teacher thought that was so cute. She was like, "Oh, Remy the handsome." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I meant." Not, I want to be Gambit. I can't remember.
Well, now, maybe Gambit should have played less rock with you in the danger room, n'est-ce pas? But the cards, they're wise. Would we be here helping the survivors if we cared about staying alive? We care about others, as do most, I believe.
I got an email asking me if I could audition for Charles, and I was over the moon, obviously, because I was a big fan of the show from the early years.
I'm a mutant. Telepathy, mind reader. Likely can control them too. Bend their will.
I remember the first recording, I was doing a few takes, and I just had to stop for a second and look at, you know, the writers, the producers, and cast and director, and I just said, I can't tell you how tickled I am to be a part of this, because when I say this show was the reason why I got into voice acting, it's also a big part of the reason why I got into acting in general. I mean, this show was so important to me growing up as a kid. I think just the fact that it's gone full circle now, 30 years later, now I'm a grown man, and I get to share this beautiful story with my nieces and nephews who are about that same age. It just blows my mind, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this.
Help the world see by being different, we all share something.
For him, you're
Magneto.
I didn't grow up with the original show in the way that a lot of my contemporaries did. So for Magneto, the team gave me a list of episodes that, like, here's the list of the ones that your character is in that you should go to first, just for sort of reference. So I went back and then watched as much of it, you know, as I could to get a good feel of both the show and the other characters and my character, so I kind of knew the context of it. Then looking English Canadian and also had a theatre background, like his background and training was not so different, and his voice was in the same sort of tenor as mine. So I went, oh, I think I can actually probably come close to what he was.
My intentions here were not to cause drama or discord.
Okay,
His character was so good though, man.
in your
Like,
mind. See your real
it really
plans.
bumped Magneto off me.
No.
What?
Even if I sensed Magneto's intentions were sincere, that's today, this hour, this minute. I was absolutely familiar with the original show because the 90s rocked and it was super fun. Like most of us workaday voice actors, the way this started for me was an audition. They send a copy and you read it and you go, oh my god, I love this. I really would love to do this. And then you throw your heart into it, and if you're lucky, you happen to fit the recipe they're making. It's like you said, Scott. What have we been fighting for all these years if not the chance to finally live our lives? The team will be fine. Our son will need us more. Deep down, you know that. I am so enjoying living in this character who has all this complexity and all these things going on in the face of giant robots and horrible villains and what's going on inside the X-Men this season, which is pretty intense. These tests will change the fact that I'm Nathan's mother.
I know. No one is saying that. Just with the professor and Storm gone, Magneto here, it's been a lot for everyone.
I didn't grow up with the show, so I wasn't familiar with these characters as much as the other kid next door.
Rogue, the professor entrusted us with his dream of mutant-human coexistence. We have to stay vigilant, no matter how good things seem out there.
I auditioned for Summer Cyclops. They were looking for a strict voice match.
Named Cyclops. Definitely the good guy.
Did an okay job at it, but Meredith Lane, the casting director and voice director on this project, knew that I could do better and gave me a call back with, I think, the subtext of, Ray, take this one seriously. So I took it really, really seriously. I started to figure out who this character was, researched clips, and Norm Spencer's Cyclops is something that I was not super familiar with coming into it. But once I started watching the original series, and especially two long-form interviews with Norm on the show, I listened to them, absolutely devoured them, fell in love with the guy. I do think that it's just such a tragedy that we lost him right before this show was even getting made.
No,
I
wonder why.
Absolutely love the chance to be with his friends one last time, and I dedicate this performance to him.
Damn.
Different generations.
He really did this shit though. He really did this shit though.
Own ideas
He
about
really
what
did
it
this
should be, and I just hope that I'm able to please as many of those people as possible.
To me, my X-Men.
Yeah, he did your shit, bro. But damn, I didn't know the original died though. That's fucked up.
The X-Men is a story about characters and hates them, but these mutants, these Homo superiors that have evolved past Homo sapiens, are human. They're human in their hearts, they're human in their souls, they fall in love, they feel envy, they feel remorse, they feel affection. It's actually an incredibly emotional story between characters that make a lot of sparks when they collide into each other. And that's not just in these amazing splash page action scenes, but also in the human drama behind each one of their relationships.
You hurt me as you did me. Countless times, both of us, but we never abandoned each other.
I love the scripts. You could look at them from so many different levels. And I've always been really interested in mythology ever since I was a kid. So for me, I looked at them as archetypes and almost like the Greek or Roman gods and goddesses.
Parents don't know, do they?
Some sort of solar energy. Still figuring it out. Makes it strong though. Really strong. Whenever I do this, it just reminds me that I'm different. And I'm lying to them. The X-Men Jubilee. How I can listen.
The writing that we've had for 5 years was unbelievable, and it's just continuing.
We had a dream. Charles.
Yes.
A dream that made us a family. And like that dream, any family worth having is worth fighting for.
One, I think for all of us who are grateful for the live action show is we want to see where it goes now. Because 30 years later, there are different concerns, different aspects of society that probably will be incorporated into the show. And we'll see how the X-Men deal with everything that is of today. Because that will bring in new fans as well as the old.
Those themes of loss and alienation and love and heartbreak, those are all themes that can be addressed and can be understood by literally anyone of any age. And I think we go infinitely darker and more realistic, more humanistic in our approach with this iteration than ever before.
Everything around us would not have been possible without the work of the X-Men.
The general trajectory of this was unlike any other show that I've worked on. At the very, very beginning, we were going for strict 100% as if nothing changed. This is the exact same cast sounding the exact same way.
Defend your master! Get down!
I think what we learned going forward was that type and style of delivery and acting that was more prevalent in animated series of the 90s just didn't quite hit right with audiences today. It sounded a little bit like we were trying to emulate a time capsule of a time that has passed. And I think they made the right choice to start dialing it back and put it more in a 2020s sensibility of acting style. It was the most care and thought that I've seen put into any other project that I've ever worked on.
Oh, change, it's all the same. Let us do what we do. Believe, not in a dream or our gifts, but in each other.
It's a spiritual successor, right?
So, having that wonderful perspective of being a fan, knowing source material, and being able to go, that feels right to me. That might feel right to the audience. Or, the script is saying this. I'm feeling like this is honoring the script. The script is honoring the comic. This is all going together. There is a lot of pressure, but when you love what you do and when you have a love for the idea and the source material, it quiets all the other voices.
Odds may be bad, but the cards are always in the X-Men's favor.
Back in the 90s, when the writers were brought in to work on the show, they knew nothing about X-Men, and I knew too much. So it was kind of a great balance because they knew how to write great character dramas, and I knew all about who liked this one, who didn't like this one, who hated that one, who's brother, sister, all that stuff, and I could just pour that out for them to read. They also got the Marvel handbook back then. So we're all together, we're able to put together some great stories that felt like we kept to heart what fans would love, and then also regular people could just dive into the mythology and enjoy the shows.
As Archimedes said when he discovered the principle of displacement,
worked on other action shows, and it tended to be more about the plot and the action. And we started every episode as we started to think about writing about whose story is this, and how can we best reveal character? How can we make the deepest, most intense story or rogue story? We started thinking of them as adult human beings, and then thought about them as people that had superpowers.
I have been dedicated to the X-Men since I was a teenager, never allowing myself a life beyond my work.
And if you look at each individual X-Men on the core team on X-Men animated series, each one of them was like the best at that crazy, amazing superpower that they each had. But it was also the thing that was their deepest sadness. Rogue has got crazy powers, but if you swapped her powers with Wolverine, she could have been happy because she could touch people. She wouldn't have to pull out her claws unless she chose to. It would have been a whole different story for Rogue. And if Wolverine couldn't touch people, well, fine, we'll live in the woods.
There's no place like home.
Cyclops, who can't look him in the eyes. Here's this upright guy who just wants to do the right thing, and he's got the shield between him and the whole world. So each one of them, the thing that you go, oh, it's so cool, is the thing that's maybe the saddest, most haunting moment for each of them.
Some say they're freaks. Some call them monsters. But all over the planet, they are known as mutants.
We only found out really how successful the show was maybe like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when we were asked to come on a few Comic-Con tours.
I was at the airport, flying down to one of the Comic-Cons, and you have to clear customs in Canada to go to the States. So the American Border Guard asked me, where are you going? I told him the city I was going to. He said, what's your business down there? I said, I'm going to Comic-Con. Comic-Con? I said, yeah, I'm one of the guests. I'm one of the X-Men. And he starts singing the theme song. And I told him, well, I play Beast. And he was all excited. Blue blushes too, my dear.
It was a homecoming of sorts for all of us, and great to see literally 25 years.
It's just bonding big time, all of us. Like when we went to Wales, for God's sakes, it was just, it's just super. What makes it all is the happiness that you see on these people's faces.
When we got to LA, did the one in LA, holy moly, that was kind of when we found out how much it had changed so many people's lives.
I went into the green room in Los Angeles for that event, not knowing what kind of audience was out there. And then they called us up onto a stage, announced us, and literally stepped out from behind the green room and a curtain onto a stage. And there were, to me, what appeared to be a few thousand people in this convention center, jammed, standing. It was overwhelming to me.
I've had people come up and saying that I made their childhood. It was like the most enjoyable time that they could go watch Saturday morning. I've had people come and talk about how Rogue's character, or Gambit's character, Wolverine's character, specifically helped them in certain situations when they were growing up as a kid. Kids that were maybe short or being bullied, that when they saw Wolverine and how he didn't take much from anybody, that the kids saw that as something that they could incorporate into their confidence.
I don't hide from anybody, kid. I'm fighting my own battle right now.
People just come up and say, like, you made my childhood. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. And what a wonderful thing to say.
We thought we were making a piece of entertainment. Even though it was very topical and very meaningful to the times, we didn't think that we were actually affecting people in that much of an emotional way.
We're Canadian. We're kind of, most of the time, we're kind of humble, and we were just gobsmacked, blown away by the fact that our work could have had
Who said gobsmacked?
and
What?
we still are to this day.
That's a
We love
phrase?
reading our
That's a
fans,
word?
and it really means a lot to us.
Always thanking the fans for supporting the show and supporting this fanboy to get that on the air so I can show everyone that you can do something more sophisticated than what was being done back in the 90s. Like, don't write down the kids, write up the kids. Like, initially they want to see the explosions, the laser beams, and all that kind of stuff. But as they saw it in reruns, they catch more of the adult subjects what we were trying to put out there, and it worked.
Why do you hate us? What did we ever do to you?
You were born.
My hands weren't tied.
For me, the original series was Definitive X-Men, and to some degree I just would love if this became for other kids. And
and other adults, other teens, a place that they see themselves, and they are X-Men. Because every generation has their own version of a superhero, and there's so many young kids that don't know X-Men the way I did, and to get to see it in this form, I'm hoping excites them the way it excited me.
You no longer need to live in darkness. You are outcasts, no more.
There's sometimes a tendency with children's programming to imagine kind of an idealized version of a kid's life that is insulated from the trauma of the world. And we know that's not the case. It wasn't the case in the 90s when I was watching it, and certainly not the case today with everyone's access to the internet and social media. I mean, kids see the world around them. They see the racism in our world. They see environmental calamities in our world. They see social unrest. And I think that the show it's a place for kids to find an outlet for that emotion, to make them feel like they're not isolated and alone, to deal with these anxieties, that this is something that we all share, and that, like the X-Men, can all persevere above together.
The strongest thing to sort of superhero stories, whether it's sci-fi stories, whether it's horror stories, is that what they do is they allow us to look at the human stories and look at the difficult parts of it and not make people feel targeted, because it's not about this particular group, it's about superheroes, it's about aliens, it's about supernatural, it's about whatever. So we can address a lot of these things in a way that is not necessarily making somebody feel like you're antagonizing them or criticizing them. You can do it in a way that hopefully makes people watch it and go like, oh, they're dealing with the stuff I was dealing with, or hopefully alternatively, oh, well, that kind of looks like the way I behave, and that might not be the best way to treat people.
Indeed, the odds remain reckless. But if we all work in perfect unison, we may just spare our world a dinosaur's fate.
I think these stories are beautiful places for kids and adults to come together and kind of deal with the things of life, right? Even if they're fantastical stories, they're still human themes.
What are demons but reflections of our fears and shame? We need heroes, more than we've ever needed heroes. And I think this is the time when we're going to have to dig deep and find our inner hero, our own personal, the hero that we carry around inside. And the need to do right for ourselves, for each other, for the planet.
That is universal. That is a universal message, and it goes throughout history. Because throughout history, obviously, there have been problems with countries, nationalities, races, genders, people trying to make a duality when really we need to be working together.
My past is too littered with error.
Mine was too, remember? But the X-Men still took me in. The thing is, I didn't go about demanding their trust. I earned it.
It's a show about tolerance. The way you can open up a dialogue to talk to somebody, to be able to hear them, not to say you necessarily agree with them, right? But to hear them, to understand how they are as a person, to be able to communicate to them the way they need it, to potentially have them hear your side.
Charles Xavier entrusted me with his dream, and it does not ask you to love or embrace my kind as your own, but merely to accept that this is a shared world with a common future, and that my kind, like yours, have the right to live in it.
I love the fact that X-Men does represent tolerance, intolerance, prejudice, found family, tribe, self-acceptance, in its IP. And the fact that we don't shy away from that in the show, which I think has been beautifully done from day one, that's what I hope people take away from it.
Stand down, team.
We can't give up.
No, Rogue. We're gonna do what we've been telling humanity to do for years. Stop fighting the future.
And embrace it.
See, they missed it. ride those flights. To me, my yes. I don't want to rewatch it. I want to watch it, but I don't want to rewatch it. Yeah, I want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it. Something in the way. Something in the way. Something in the way. Something in the way. I forgot how that song went. I forgot how that song went. Yeah, that's what I'm about to throw on now, bro. I'm not finna watch it on the stream, but I'm about to watch it. Cause there's something in the way. Bruh. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it before I get off though. But bruh. This bruh. No, let me say this. In-game, No Way Home. The Batman. Yup. That's how I rank them. I was about to say no way flipping. Nah. In-game, No Way Home, The Batman. The greatest, the top 3 opening night fan events. And it wasn't even fan events for in-game and No Way Home. It was just opening night shit. But like the Batman had an opening night fan event, which gave us the opportunity to see this movie. I think 2 days early than the actual release day or some shit. Bruh. I wish I would have got video. I only got like a couple pictures of everybody that was in that bitch and shit. But bruh. Oh my fucking god, bro. The fucking movie started for a good close to 10 minutes. Then stopped. You already know it started. Ooh. Bruh. Restarted the whole movie. That was a dope ass opening night, bro. Like that was like one of the opening nights that I always remember. I don't remember it like vividly, like detail, like type shit. But like I said, in-game, No Way Home, The Batman, real life. And I've seen every Marvel movie on opening night. I've seen almost every DC movie opening night. I ain't gonna say that. Yeah, I ain't gonna say that. I only saw The Batman opening night, so I don't know how they did it. But like, this is up there with top 3 opening nights. Me personally. Just that day, just that night, you know. It was a vibe the whole time. And the shenanigans made it an even better time, you know. So I really hoping this is how I'm gonna end the stream. Fuck right. I really hope that Deadpool and Wolverine open a night fan event is somewhat close to it. Real talk. Because I got 2 tickets. because for some odd reason they not having an opening night fan event at night. They having an opening night fan event at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, nigga, what? No. Anyways, but yeah, I also got the 7 o'clock bitch, and I might end up refunding that. I'm gonna have to re-download the app to see how deep the theater gonna be. But yeah, I got the overnight fan event ticket. I got a regular IMAX ticket. Yeah, that's the thing, because if the opening night fan event was in IMAX, I would have been cool with that. It would have been 3 o'clock, but I would have been cool with that, and it would have been at a different theater that I'm used to going to. So I would have been cool with it. But I gotta get IMAX. So that's the only reason I got two, because I think the opening night fan event was gonna be Dolby, I think. Yeah, Dolby. So I had no choice. I'm sorry, but not sorry, because like I said, that was one of the best times of my fucking life. I was not expecting this movie to be this good. The soundtrack was basic as hell, but it fits the movie, and it kind of had everybody bumping this shit again, plus me, like, bruh.
This place is perfect, but I really need a better credit score.
Pardon, our credit's not looking too good. You're gonna need good credit.
Oh, this will take forever.
Check logs? Let me know.
I can improve my low score by 21 points. Huh. In maybe just 4 days? Nice.
Everything you need to outsmart the system. Intuit Credit Card.
Welcome to Sparkling Ice, where we ask the juicy questions, like what if an orange and a mango got married? Sparkling Ice, anything but fun.
Sunroof, and he still got down there somehow. And somehow this bitch is cracked open. Like what? cracked up. But how that nigga got in there? That's a tall ass soul. Son silly way you want to call it. That was bruh. And I remember seeing this shit in the fucking movie. I was like, oh, this a horror movie? This a thriller? Like, nigga, what? That was so fucking clever. I was like, yes. Yes. This about to be some shit.
I'm watching that.
And this nigga obviously didn't pay attention.
Why is she still tired? But I thought we were getting along in the hospital.
Still believes everything. We need a leader, Mr. Mitchell, not a cheerleader. And someone who will tell the people the truth.
5:55. I say you already knocked his ass out with the hit. You just want to really brutalize this nigga. What a fucking carpet tool is that, bro?
Thursday, October 31st. The city streets are crowded for the holiday.
Such a dope movie.
Hidden in the chaos is the element, waiting to strike like snakes. And I'm there too, watching. 2 years of nights have turned me to a nocturnal animal. I must choose my target carefully.
ain't really playing into the shadow shit, bro. That's another thing I like. And this nigga at home preparing the whole time. He preparing the whole time. But he instilled so much fear in the shadows. They got niggas paranoid.
It's not just a call.
That is like ridiculous.
It's a warning. To them.
And they see the bad signal. Fear.
It's a tool.
And he looks straight into the shadows like, nigga, you asking to get fucked up. And look at him, got hit by a car.
They think I'm hiding in the shadows. But I am the shadows.
Yeah. This is such a dope movie, bro. That was so fucking crazy. That, bruh, I got to go back. That shot there, you just hear the footsteps. He's playing into the fear of the shadows. And he's dressing in all black just to make it more intimidating, like, bruh. They didn't even keep the fucking bone crack. Bruh, in the trailer, this nigga separated his shoulder. Bro, go back. Bruh. Bruh. Okay, they did. It did. It wasn't that loud, though. They did. This is year 2 Batman, bro. I don't think it's year 1. It's like year 2, year 3. Baton. That there, kids, is your Titus Robin. Yeah, man, I just wanted y'all to hear that, get that reaction. We don't need something in the way to get copyrighted, but yeah. Something's in